last time on Much Ado About Bunting, our group of 3 Gathlain were ordered by their court to collect bunting for the upcoming festival. However, they found themselves witness to the kidnapping of Brashbone Bramberry, the son of their lord, and he's supposed to get married in a couple of days' time, so you guys chased after him and found yourselves at a house in the woods. A dilapidated little mansion from the looks of it, and inside were all manner of beastie and creature, of which you have successfully talked your way around and battled, shit, I've forgotten the word. Of which there were dust bunnies, a cat Sith named Rupee, some brownies, and you also met a nymph and Edelgard, the half-orc chef.
Right, we did.
And where we last left off, you guys had just beaten Rupee, shoved him in the box, and you were looking in the cellar. I have got a map for you guys to remind you.
I seem to remember Linda or Rose, one of the two, really wanted to drink wine for some reason.
You always have to go to the wine cellar because that's where our prince will be celebrating the fact that
he was kidnapped?
He has escaped his dreadful marriage.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys were making your way through the little storage room, hoping to find the cellar down to the left. And you stopped at the top of the stairs, if I recall.
What?
I think we did. We just stuffed Rupee in a safe place where he can...
Yes, the sleeping box.
Recuperate.
Possibly.
And now we're going to the cellar, right?
Before we do that, I need to post a link in the chat games.
Of course.
Okay.
We do.
Yeah. Okay, now, all right, let's go.
I hope you're not. Okay, whatever.
We can go in.
I just realized what we did wrong here. We did not change our nicknames.
Oh, right, yes.
We can go in the cellar that's in this storage room, or there was another stairway going down at the end of the hallway. So,
yeah. And there was also another door.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not really interested what the doors on this floor, because there's not any doctors or princes on this floor.
True. Yes.
They would have heard the fighting, and I think we can safely go downstairs.
Yeah, it's probably just more dust bunnies anyway.
Another shop with 2 cats in it.
No, 2 dogs. Or 2-headed dog. Anyway, let's just go down.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm going down right here is fine.
So, down in that area. Alright, so you all head down the stairs and you find yourselves in a stone-clad room. The first room, it looks like there's a small doorway leading off to another room to the left, but in the room you're in, you can see bottles and bottles of wine sat on benches, seemingly pulled out of racks and just kept here, possibly for recent usage, as in they'll be used recently, sooner rather than later. You also see a potion of cure moderate wounds, which one of you can nab, and an incredibly beautiful blue bottle that houses what looks to be a very stunning purpley blue liquid.
Well, at least the potion is labeled. Does anybody not have any healing potions?
Yes, I don't.
All yours then.
Thank you. If nobody else is doing it, I'm taking the purple potion.
Are the wine bottles labeled?
The wine bottles are labeled. Some of them are quite expensive. Some of them are a little old, dated. Which you'd think would be good? Roll knowledge. Not Arcana. Definitely not Arcana. Just roll a
Wine,
general
nature?
knowledge. Yeah, knowledge nature. That'll work.
I wish I had taken winery or something like that.
Or knowledge history.
Knowledge. Let's roll. Okay, I rolled an 8.
They look drinkable.
Nature or history? Or either one?
Either one. Whichever's higher.
Then 13.
13.
Oh, am I also supposed to roll?
If you want. If you want to
Sure.
examine the wines.
Although I'm currently more interested in the strange... What was it? Blue liquid?
Purple blue.
Purple blue, okay.
Yeah,
But yeah, sure, I'll look at the other things too.
Alright, so 8, 13, and...
Now I'm gonna take history for this. 17.
Alright. Okay, never silent. Sorry. Philosophy. You can tell that this is some pretty primo stuff. There's, the bottles are quite old, they're quite dated, but the calligraphy on them, you can read it, with a little bit of, careful checking, and see that this is some vintage wine, and it's quite good quality. Linda. It's alcohol.
Linda.
It's alcohol. Rose, yeah, you can tell it's some good quality alcohol. You don't know any of the names featured, but you can tell it's decent stuff. You'd probably get drunk off it. Given enough.
Sorry.
I would like to cast Detect Magic on both the Mystery Potion and on the bottles of wine also, actually.
Okay.
I would like to take 2 bottles.
Alright, you can add 2 bottles to your thing. They're worth 20 gold each.
I want to look through the wine that's standing on here and find out which one is the best.
Sure, I'll say with your history check.
I will take exactly 1 bottle of the best wine to offer to our prince once we find him.
Alright. Well,
That's all I'm taking.
alright. Cast Detect Magic. You can see that there is something magical about the blue bottle. The blue-red, the blue-purple liquid bottle.
Okay, do you want me to roll Spellcraft to see if I can identify what that effect is?
Sure.
Is Linda actually drinking the wine?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Okay, I'm making 1 bottle.
Whoa!
Roboto.
I think turn into a robot.
I think...
Robot.
Are we all robots?
Okay, is this better now?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. It wasn't any of us, it was the server, basically.
Okay, what the heck?
Forever.
I was just thinking, okay, Discord turned us all into robots. You should not have looked at that bottle.
Yeah, it had a slow effect on it, apparently. It affected our bandwidth.
Robot.
It's a global, like a slow, but with effect of global. Like
Slowbot.
Range of absolute.
We got slow-botted, guys.
Slowbot?
Yeah.
That's an interesting. Like.
So what did you roll, Rose?
I rolled an 18. Just for reference, the DC to actually be able to tell what that is 15 plus the spell level.
15 plus the spell level. You can tell that... Shit, where is the thing? God damn it.
It's a kind of magic.
The kind of magic that it is
You're not a bard.
what works for capture? Oh, shit.
Capture? You mean hold person or something like that?
Sort of like, Fuck.
Dang it, Shinan!
Oh, god damn it. That would actually be a really cool class.
Barbarian.
Barbarian. Sort of like, think Pokeball.
Oh, it's a soul trap.
Is the prince trapped in it? Let's open it.
It's something along those lines. It's from that school of magic.
It's a bottle of liquid. If the prince is trapped in it, he's drowned.
He's liquidized.
Or he's melted.
Yeah, he's like liquid, and now when we open it, he will become solid again.
That would be worse.
Magic.
Don't drink that, just in case.
I would argue that we should look around the rest of the house before we open this bottle.
Okay, I'm gonna take the mystery blue potion and
think
cramped in my inventory.
In
I'm gonna
philosophy,
mark
already
it.
take it.
No, I did not, because I was looking at the wine and Rose was examining it.
And I guess I'll mark it down as
Call it blue
potion
bottle.
of blue bottle.
Blue
Okay.
bottle. We'll know what that is. Alright, so there is a door to the left on the western wall that that is all that seems to be in the room.
Is there actually a door or just an opening?
It's a door.
Open the door.
Okay, I'm going to knock on the door.
Oh yes, of course, we need to knock on the door. I'm still not in my character.
Politeness, you know.
Yeah. Here's the
Knock, knock.
change.
You knock. You listen. You hear nothing.
I
And then
open the door. Oh, okay, I let Linda open the door.
Alright.
Linda always opens the door.
You open the
If
door.
that's something you want to commit to, do it.
And you find yourself in another small room. This one lined with shelves. Shelves and shelves of where the long-term storage of the wine is likely kept.
So it's barrels?
There are barrels, there are wines, there are casks. There's all sorts of manner of wine hostage. There is a box in the north, a crate, and otherwise it's rather dusty. It's it's a typical wine storage area from the looks of it.
Is that crate? Okay, sorry.
Okay, I will take some wine bottles and put them in, like, I will move the wine bottles around.
Just mess with them?
Yes, so if there are any order to them, I will mess with that order somewhat.
Okay.
Anything
Alright.
in this crate?
Yeah, you open the crate and you find a cure light wound potion, some herbs, and which, if you give me a nature check, I'll be able to tell you what those are. And it's all packaged in some moss.
23 on the nature check.
You can tell that these herbs, one of them is a moon bloom.
Is that on the list?
Yeah, it is. Oh, right. Let me just drop your list here for you guys.
I think actually Loxy had one that's on at the current, like, up to date.
Yeah,
right?
I have two.
Yeah, we had obtained 1 bluebell and 2 peonies.
Yes, you're
Cool,
looking for 1 mistletoe, 2 peonies, 1 moss, 2 moon blooms, and 1 golden sundrop.
So now it's only 1 moon bloom left, or were we looking for 3 total?
Only 1 left, and you
Gotcha.
also just found the moss that you needed.
Oh, okay.
Moss!
Neato.
Yes.
Okay.
Now we
Well
just
done.
need to find the prince.
And there was a potion of cure light wounds in there, and did you say something else?
No, just the moon bloom, the moss, and the cure light wounds.
Does Linda have anything to bring herself back up if necessary?
I have a barbarian skill that can heal myself. Once.
Okay. Do you want the potion?
I guess I can take it if I have to.
Go ahead and take the potion of cure light wounds. I've got a stronger potion and a wand.
I am going to observe Linda's actions very closely, and when she's done, I'm going to berate her on not making it chaotic enough. And I'm going to shuffle some more bottles around and show her how to say here, this is how you do it. You need to be more thorough if you do the kind of stuff like this.
Then I complain and continue to move them even more, so that eventually they will end up as they were when we got in, but we don't know it.
I'm going to take out my ink pen and write different years on some of them.
You guys.
Also, is there any stronger stuff in some cask? Barrel?
You do find a bottle of whiskey.
A bottle?
Yep. Big old bottle of whiskey and a bottle of rum.
I will take the whiskey, someone else can take the rum.
Do we find Ramboozle though?
You do not find rumboozle.
Okay, well that's a pity.
That is a pity.
Okay,
I will
so
agree that that's a pity.
alright, so I actually don't really have an interest in any of this alcohol stuff, so I'll just leave it.
I mean, we should probably not steal it from the friendly half-orc upstairs.
I mean, it's not his, he's just a cook.
Yeah, but he's the...
He did send us down here to get some booze, so I'm taking the bottle of rum.
Okay.
There's plenty of wine, but wine is not as flammable as whiskey and rum.
That is true.
Don't seem to be any more doors down here. Just to make sure, I'm gonna try to inspect the walls for secret exits.
I will tell you now that there are no secret exits in this room.
Okay, but you should have me roll for that in the future, so I don't know if I was successful or not.
I rolled a 23 on my perception check.
Linda sees very clearly that there are no secret doors.
There are no secrets in this door. I mean, there are no secret doors in this room.
Alright, I think we can probably head back upstairs. There's nothing else really down here.
Shall we
Down
go
the other
down?
stairs?
Yeah, exactly. The other stairs. If we're going downstairs, we're going all the way.
Got it.
Alright, so you guys want to go to the other stairs?
Yeah, we're going back out through the room that Rupee
storage
pretended was his store, and then we're going south to the other staircase.
Alright.
I'm curious. I want to look. Is there a crack underneath the door that's to the left in front of that staircase, or is the door open?
The door is closed. From what you can see through the bottom of the door, you can't really see much.
Okay, is there a keyhole?
No, it's not locked. It's just a normal average door.
I am going to restrain myself and go down the stairs.
Alright.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. Okay, you head down the stairs into what appears to be another stonework underground area. There are some strange banners hanging on the walls as you come out into a decent-sized hallway. To the left there is to the east there is an opening, and to the right there is an opening at the end of these hallways.
East and right, that's helpful.
I'm sorry, east and west.
Shut up.
To the right and to the east.
To the west, to the west, to the right, to the right, to the left.
Okay. Let's check the west right door.
West right door? Right.
No, wait, that's west left.
But
No, west
It's
right.
our right, we're coming down the stairs.
Man, don't make this any more confusing. We're going west. All right.
I will destroy you.
Go
Okay.
west.
Life is beast.
There go west. You head to the west. The right. The west right. And you
No,
find
the left. Gosh
Right.
darn it.
The right, we went to the right, to the west.
You know I'm bad with directions.
Right, we know.
No, left.
I throw stones at everybody.
Oh, okay. How much damage do I
Stones
take?
fall and everyone dies. Rocks fall and everyone dies.
The
That's
roof collapses, you all die.
Oh no!
Oh no. Roll for survival. No, you head to the right, aka the... No, you were going west, weren't you? Shit. You
Yes.
head to the left.
To the right, for us it's the right.
For some reason I thought west was right. Shit. Okay. I told you, bad at directions. You
We're headed towards the list on the left that has us lighted up with our names when we
Yes,
speak.
thank you. That is good direction. Thank you for, yes, thank you. Alright. Fuck.
No, left.
I've lost.
Oh, come on. Stop it, Shinan. You troll.
It's alright, I've got it. So, you head to the right. The left. You head the direction you're heading. And the door, the area opens up into what seems to be a waiting room of some kind. There is a stone table with a couple of chairs around it. There is a whip on the wall, oddly enough. There is also, yeah, it's a bit weird. It looks like a normal leatherwork whip. There is also 2 cabinets, one seemingly full of snacks and foods, and one full of bandages, medicated type of stuff, herbs, that kind of thing.
I want to sniff. Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
To the immediate south, haha, I know that direction. You see what looks like a cell door. I will ban you all.
I didn't do anything. I will sniff around if I can smell any animals in here.
You can smell...
Can I smell any children?
You cannot smell children. There's no children in this area.
Good to know.
That's a relief, knowing you, Liberty, that very might have been.
This is a light-hearted game.
Mm.
Sort of.
Sure.
No doctors
It's just a
experimenting.
BDSM
Well,
dungeon.
I mean,
No,
there is
I
a
was
twist.
just hoping maybe it's actually just like a donkey or something that's locked up down here to do some kind of menial labor.
There might be a donkey, but it's not for menial labor.
Depends on your definition of menial labor, I guess. So, do I smell anything?
You smell a lot of dust.
Blech. I sneeze.
Okay. I'm gonna look through the bars on this gate. Can I see what's past here? Is it just a hallway?
Are probably small enough that you could fit through the bars easily.
Interesting.
A little wiggle.
I'm gonna stay on this side until I can see what's past there.
You can see that there is an opening to the right, just past the bars.
Is that east or west?
Yeah. And more bars heading down south. Let me just update the map.
Just hallways, then I'll squeeze through.
Don't expect this room first.
Uh-oh, Roboto.
Whoa.
No. Beep boop. Boop beep beep boop 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 beep. Tomo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Shit. Everyone is a robot. Shall we disconnect and then reconnect? See if that works.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Philosophy? Oh shit. Hello?
Hey!
Hi.
Ah, finally!
Oh my god. Servers are being assholes today.
That's because it's an American server.
Gosh
We'll blame
darn it.
America.
Damn it, America.
I mean, probably wouldn't be wrong.
It's all Obama's fault.
Man.
No,
Thanks, Obama.
it's not Obama's fault this time.
Yeah, if Obama was still here, we probably wouldn't have Discord connection issues.
Maybe.
Yes.
Okay, that was
Obama.
Thanks,
has-
Obama.
Thanks,
Okay.
Obama.
You're idiots.
So Rose squeezed through the bars.
Yeah, if it's just a hallway past there, I'm gonna squeeze through and look around the corner. Stealthily.
Stealthily. Roll a stealth check.
What's on the shelves?
There are food stuff
Bandages.
and bandages and some herbs and stuff.
21 on
Light
stealth.
21 on stealth? Okay. You are silence itself. No, that's fine.
Oh, now I want to shout to her, them. What are you seeing? Very loudly. But I shouldn't. I won't. Not yet.
Alright,
I'll
this
choose
is...
a nice moment.
Oh. This is what you see. You find a small little alcove with armor, weaponry, and a cabinet. The weaponry looks to be a bit too big for you. Most of it is long swords. They'd be fine for a human, but for a little Gathlain, you'd be hard pressed to lift any of those. I mean, you could
You are
still
a barbarian. You can use an oversized weapon. It's great. Oversized weapons are wonderful. Do extra damage, lower chance to hit, but
Yeah.
it's cool
there is that.
barbarian stuff. I'm gonna knock on the cabinet.
Give me one moment. You knock on the cabinet. Nothing knocks back.
Okay, I'm gonna open the cabinet.
You open the cabinet and you find large uniforms. They're dark grey in colour with a white marigold on the chest, where over where a heart would be, where the heart is situated.
Human-sized creature?
Yes, human-sized.
Okay, that's not really useful. I mean, this would be a good room to loot if we were a human adventuring crew, but there's not a whole lot we can do here, I don't think.
Not in that room, no.
How many uniforms?
You're not there.
No, I know,
No.
but I will be there soon enough.
Yeah, you guys can come in.
I will, but I first wanted to look at the shelf and see if any of the herbs are something we want for our bunting.
Oh
Alright.
shit, that's right.
Knowledge check. Knowledge
Nature?
nature? Yes.
Sure enough. I think I'm actually really pretty... I'm not actually quite as good at that. That's still a 23 though.
You find a sprig of mistletoe.
Woohoo. Are you keeping track of that log?
Yeah, I'll write it down.
Thank you very much. And then I'm going to follow Rose.
All right. You find yourselves in those rooms. That little alcove.
I am going to pull out one of the uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
Say to Linda, alright, stay still for a second. I'm going to climb on Linda's shoulders.
What?
And we're
Oh,
going
yeah.
we're going to do the two children wearing a greatcoat thing.
Oh my god.
How many uniforms are there?
There are about 5 of them.
You know, I'm gonna take another one because I have a feat that lets me hover in place, so I could just fly and have nothing below me and be wearing another one.
This is the best plan ever.
Oh god, I love you guys. Alright, so
I'm also gonna cast Detect Magic on all the weapons and armor in this room just to see if there's anything cool.
you notice one of the weapons is magical. It is a longsword. It is glowing faintly with magic, and you see, there are some. It looks like there are vines carved down the hilt of the sword in question.
Okay. And the way Detect Magic works is, I can determine automatically the school of magic that's used, and if I make a spellcraft check, then I can determine the actual properties of the item.
Okay. Let me just get the details for that. Where is it?
So let me try to roll spellcraft here.
So, Shinan, Linda's okay with this, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
Not
too
yet.
bad.
So, I tried to shake you off.
I jump off.
Rolled an 18 for spellcraft, and once again the DC is 15 plus the caster level.
What's the cast level? That is
Like whoever
just
made it,
enough.
I guess. Right. Okay.
So it's a
Alright.
great idea when we actually meet someone. Then we'll do it again.
Shit. My internet. Stop freezing. Page, please.
At least I can still hear you fine.
Goddamn Mozilla.
Robot.
I shake my fist at thee.
Shinan, stop being a troll.
I'm trying faking robot sounds. Blip blip blop 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 blip blip blip.
Blip, blop, 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 blop.
Play a Modron next game.
What now?
Okay,
Modron.
this is a sword of Thornbane. Thornbane. It is a Bane type weapon, but against plant creatures.
So it's a gardening tool.
Barbarian Linda, would you like a plant cutting sword?
I mean, we are forest creatures, so that's basically a sword that is supposed to cut us.
No, we're not plants. I'm not a
We're
plant.
almost plant.
It basically does
I used-
2d6 points of damage against plant
Trees.
monsters.
We don't kill trees.
We should take this so they can't use it against us.
That is true.
I agree.
All
But
right.
it's also very large.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
you
so-
are very large, Lynn.
you are very large. I think you would be perfect to use this.
Are you
I mean,
calling me
just
fat?
hauling it around. Also, are you calling me fat?
Only in a good way. You're thick, is I believe the term.
You are have an impressive stature.
So add your medium Thornbane sword to your inventory.
Gigantic sword. Gigantic magic sword.
Big sword joins the inventory. Okay, so that's that area.
Are we continuing south, or are we going
Yes.
back to
South.
the? Okay.
All right. So, you guys head south through the other door, bars.
The bars.
You find yourself in a long hallway heading to the east. Yes. And you can see there seem to be cell doors lining both sides of the hallway, as well as some banners. The same banners as were at the on the wall.
What kind
when
of
we
banners
walked
were
into-
they?
Yeah.
Did you-
This time I actually kind of missed that last time, but I think Shinan and me had just had the same idea.
They picture a griffin, what is it called? Rampant
Gryffindor.
on a no, not Gryffindor, on a field of red with
Gryffindor.
a sun motif shining behind it.
Any marigolds on it?
Yes, there is one.
I
The
stopped
sun
at
is-
Humans tend to use these types of banners as bed quilts. This might be where someone is sleeping down here.
Looks
And
more
our
like
uniforms are
bunting.
pajamas.
Looks
Oh,
more like bunting to me, though.
It could be a form of human bunting. Where they have used their human materials instead of plants.
Yeah, so they hang out their bed sheets.
Yes, exactly.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Might also just be laundry, then. I feel the bunting to feel if it's wet. Is it?
It is.
No, it's
It is not wet. It is. Well,
Is it
one of
damp?
them is a bit damp,
Hmm.
but the rest of it is quite dry and dusty. The
Everything's
blue dots are
dusty.
doors.
Okay.
There's a lot of doors.
Gonna start looking in these doors one by one, starting from the left side, I guess.
Are they doors or are they cell doors?
Cell doors, like the ones
okay.
in the top part.
So I guess we can look into them without opening or going in.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we also don't have to knock.
No, you don't have to knock on these ones. So
Maybe we should just clang on the bars to see if anyone answers.
We could just see through.
Yeah, but further down the hall. See anyone here?
I'm just gonna look through.
Okay, so you're making your way from the left to the right, from
Yes.
the west to the east. You come to the third door, the top one, and you find like each cell is pretty standard. There is a bed roll on a straw mat, and a bucket, and a small table with a chair, with a shelf on the opposing wall on the wall
What's in the
opposite of the
bucket?
door. The
Buckets for
buckets. I mean, you can't really see them much. You can just see the lip of them to the side of the door.
Can I squeeze through the bars of the first cell, assuming it's empty?
What was in the third room?
Well, I was just describing the rooms. If you want to go through the first one first, since that was the first one you saw, you can see there's nothing in there. As
No,
far
but
as
you
you
said
can
that
see.
until you got to the third door.
Yes, the third one will come to in a sec. You just want to check out the bucket. The bucket has old stains. Very likely nothing nice.
That's a poop bucket.
I kick the bucket. And then I get out of there again.
Who
That was a joke. I get out of there again.
did you kick the bucket?
No, I was just kidding.
Are you sure? There was a monster in the bucket.
Who has the blue bottle?
Rose does.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Okay, so
Cleaning
the third
supplies.
cell.
The third cell you come to has a figure shrouded in black. It is looking at you, and you can see glowing eyes under the hood. For the figure has a hooded body, and it seems to be glaring at you.
How big is it?
It's a bit smaller than a normal human.
So still too big.
It's bigger than you guys, but not by too much. It's more like an older child, human size. About 9, 10.
So not probably the prince under there.
Probably not. I mean, glowing eyes, kind of.
Yeah.
So,
I haven't seen the prince up close very much. His eyes might glow. I don't really know.
I mean, he might be
yeah.
drunk. Who knows? They might glow when he's drunk or something.
Linda seems to be saying hello to the creature.
It doesn't say anything back.
what's up?
The creature does not talk back.
Okay.
Yo, have you seen a prince down here? Or a doctor?
It says nothing.
We'll just look through the other cell doors.
You doing okay in there? Like... Okay, bye.
How are you doing that with your eyes?
That's rude to ask.
Don't stare.
But don't you also want to know, Rose?
Okay, a little bit.
There we are. Just be honest. Right, since you don't seem to be comfortable with our presence, we'll just leave you to your thoughts.
Have a nice day.
Wait.
It speaks! Let's kill it!
What the heck, Linda? Okay, yes, please.
Free me.
Why?
How?
Free
How is-
me.
You're not making a very compelling argument there, buddy. Also, how? We don't have the key.
And also why, as Rose asked. You are very, repetitive.
And also a little unnerving. Can I roll sense motive
Yep. Sure.
to see if this creature has any hostile intent towards us?
A hooded creature that you can't see its face.
We're Fae.
Yeah.
Stuck in
16.
a cell
16.
behind iron bars.
As far as you're aware, it just wants to get free. As far
I
as you
want
can tell.
to break free.
I suggest
I
we
want to break free.
come back to this, maybe.
Yeah, let's
mean, we
find
can
out
check
what
the
it
other
is first. And also find the key.
Yeah, we don't have any keys, and you are very repetitive, and you are not very helpful.
What's your name, I ask?
Clarion.
Okay.
Okay, good for you. I am Linda, and this is Rose and Philly.
I nod.
My dice is stuck in my dice tube. Okay. It doesn't do anything else, does it?
No, it hasn't even moved to come forward.
You're boring. Let's move on.
Does it
Alright.
look... Oh wait, no. The cloak doesn't look damaged in any way, does it?
It's a bit raggedy.
Okay, but it's not like the creature seems to have suffered injuries.
Not that you can tell
Okay.
by just looking.
Does the cell have a bed sheet?
All the cells have normal beds. And
Yeah, but does it
yes.
have one of the bed sheets that we saw hanging on the wall?
No, it doesn't have one of those.
Maybe we could give one, so that they get a bed sheet.
Oh yeah, that's a nice idea.
That, I mean, makes sense. Maybe that's what they want, really.
Oh, they
Free
need a
me.
good night's sleep?
Yeah.
Or a
Alright.
better cloak. Yeah, let's just rip one of those
Banners and give them.
off the wall and give it to the creature.
Alright. As
You're
you
welcome.
rip the banner off the wall, and then you approach the door of the cell. And as you try to push it through the cell door, you're stopped by a mystical force. Sort of like a barrier stopping you from actually putting your hand beyond the door itself.
What originality, these humans.
How do we?
You know, I whisper to you guys, I could just open this door, but I really feel like we should move on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they don't want to let the prisoners have any bed sheets.
Apparently not.
So we'll leave the bed sheet outside for them to take, if they can. And leave a note where it says, "We're sorry about the bed sheets."
I'm gonna draw a butt on it also.
Okay. Roll
Let's
for
move on.
artistic ability. Just, yep. Okay, never mind. Okay,
15!
15.
It's
It's
the
a
most
good-looking
beautiful-
one.
Yeah, I've got it. It's a nice little dick butt on there.
It looks great. It's the best you've ever drawn. Artistic. Get out of here. You're quite proud of it.
Okay, we'll move on to the rest of the cells.
Okay, the rest of the cells appear to be quite empty, as far as you can tell. There are...
Can we stick our hands through the bars of the rest of the cells?
you can attempt to if you wish.
Yes,
wanna
I
see
will
if-
attempt everyone that we go to. I just put my hand through the bars and then back again.
Oh yeah, just to see if there's a barrier like that.
Okay, all the southern cells, you can stick your hand through, no problem. The cell to the immediate right of the one with Clarion in it is also barrier protected, but there doesn't seem to be anything in there from what you can see.
I punched the barrier.
Roll a d4. Oh, wait, no, I'll do it. You punch, and you take 2 damage.
Okay.
It's like a solid force. It's like you just punched a brick wall.
Well, sometimes you need to punch brick walls.
And
you
sometimes
do.
when Linda punches brick walls, the brick walls take 2 damage, so
Yes.
it was worth
I
a try.
I have spiked gauntlets. Do I really take 2 damage?
Yeah, you do. It's like your thumb just sort of crumpled a little as you punched it with such force, and it hurt, man. It hurt. You're gonna have
But there's-
bruises.
But there's nobody in any of these cells except for Clarion.
From the looks of things, yes.
To equal the hurt, I also punch with my other hand.
Okay.
You take another 2 damage.
Alright.
It really was equal the hurt. Are you gonna headbutt it next?
I can approve of this.
We need balance. Balance.
Let's keep going.
Alright.
Somehow I don't feel the need to heal that damage.
For some reason. So you make your way to the far right of the room, of the hallway, and you look up to see another set of double cell doors, an opening to the west between them, and what seems to be another open space beyond the 2 doors.
So it's basically mirrored the
Yes.
things that we've already seen.
Basically a big circle. Oh, wait, that's not the right.
It's a circle of life. What?
Are you singing the Mario theme song?
No, the battlefield
not.
theme. The battlefield theme.
Let's,
I'm going.
let's look in this extra room to the side here. See
Alright.
what's-
It's another uniform room, but for
Yes.
the women.
You find yourselves in another uniform room, as was mentioned. This time there is a shield on the wall, a buckler, some spears are lined up in a rack. There is another cabinet and wardrobe, and a set of armor. The armor is a bit too big for you guys. Again, it's human-sized. The buckler...
I'm gonna cast
Fuck's
detect
sake.
magic in here too. See if any of this equipment is magic.
You cast detect magic. You don't find anything magic in this room.
Okay. Nothing magic in here.
It's no kind of magic.
There's another cabinet in
Are
here.
are there those spears, those javelins actually there?
Yeah, they're spears.
How
Long
big are they?
spears. They're human size.
Oh, so they're actual spears, not javelins, not for throwing.
Not for throwing, they're actual spears.
Ah, too bad.
What's in the cabin? Cabinet?
Wardrobe. Yeah, you take a rifle through, you find another set, another 3 sets of uniforms, much
There were
like
5
the
in
ones
the other
before.
ones.
There is one that's a bit smaller than the others. Still a bit large for you, but you could probably fold up the arms and the legs, and it might rabbit ears fit.
This could be a present for the prince.
Oh, good idea. Also, no, I forgot what I was going to say. Great, whatever. I will squeeze through the top bars, the northern bars, and look if there's anything else up there.
You find yourselves in an alcove much like the last one. to the far west. This one has a stone table with 2 chairs, another whip on the wall, leatherwork whip, some shelves, a box, and 2 cabinets, one with more healing items from the looks of it, and one with books and files.
Okay, let's look through the healing items, I guess.
How many books and files?
The files are a bit, from what you can tell, they're just files on prisoners or those who were kept in this area, and the books are random adventure books, adventure novels, possibly used for light reading while guards were stationed here.
What are the adventure novels? Do I find book 3 in the Hrothgar saga?
Let me check for you. No, you don't. There's book 7 in it though.
I have book 7 already. It's book 3 I'm missing.
There is book a book of earth and water.
I'm very proud of Linda for being so well read, though.
They have pictures.
I didn't realize you were literate.
They are about the barbarian Hrothgar, who fights in barbarian lands and is awesome.
I am going to let Linda have her fun with the adventure novels, and I want to check the files to see if I find anything about Clarion.
You do find something about Clarion. I will just say, roll a knowledge. You do find a book with a file with the name Clarion on it. It's a bit hard to pass the information because it's very hard to understand what was written, so I will require a knowledge. Let's see, what have you got?
History, nature, planes, and religion.
Trial.
No linguistic skill.
No.
I mean, you can speak. You can read. You are capable of speaking Common, aren't you? So
yes.
that should be fine. It is written in Common.
You can just make it a straight wisdom check or something.
Yeah,
like
just
that.
just a wisdom check, an intelligence check, I should say.
Ugh.
I'm sorry. You need brains to work this one out.
How about a 3?
There's no pictures, so you can't really figure out what it's trying to say without the pictures
Hand
required
that,
to show you.
please.
I'll hand it to you as soon as you're done with the shelf.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
what's on the shelf with the healing stuffs?
There is one cure poison potion and
Okay.
2 cure light wounds and some
Oh.
more herbs, but nothing. Well, yeah, some more herbs actually.
I will take the cure poison potion. Do either of you want those healing potions?
Sure. I'll take them.
Okay, and I'm gonna
2
roll
times
a knowledge. Yes, I'm gonna roll a knowledge nature check to see if there are any useful herbs, and 11.
11. Nothing that you recognize. I mean, it's all stuff that you recognize, but nothing important. Like, there's some saltgrass, there's some Petersworth, and some iceberry bush leaves.
I don't think it's anything we need.
No.
Okay, hand me that file, and I put on my reading glasses, and I take a look at it. I'm going to roll an intelligence check here too.
Mhm.
I'm
And
gonna peek over Rose's shoulders.
I've got a 22 on my intelligence check.
22. Okay, so the
Show
file basically tells you that Clarion is a bound spirit. The doctor, Clarion was haunting the house when the doctor arrived. You can read in the notes. And the doctor decided that since Clarion had chosen not to move on to the next life, he would be bound to a small cell that they found in the bottom of the house, with magical protections. He cannot get out unless a medallion is used on the lock of the cell door. There is a special medallion with magical energies that corresponds to the barriers in these cells. It does not tell you where the medallion is.
Okay. I have a scroll of knock, which opens locked doors. This can open doors with arcane locks. If used to open a door with an arcane lock, it does not remove the arcane lock, but it suspends its functioning for 10 minutes.
I think the problem here would be that it's not the door itself that's blocking, but the force field.
It's a barrier around the whole room.
Okay, so I would need to remove the force field and then also unlock the door. That's a problem.
Yep. That is exactly what you would need to do. Or find the medallion that allows you to unlock the magics of the room.
Okay. For a minute I was thinking it was just like the door had a force field between the bars, but that doesn't make sense because spirits can go through walls.
Yeah.
It would have to be all the way around. Okay.
I wish I could go through walls.
You can if Linda throws you hard enough.
Yes.
It might take a little while.
I stopped myself from asking if we could actually try that. And Linda, why are you drawing in that book?
What? I'm not drawing in any book, I say as I close it quickly.
Okay, well, be on the lookout for a medallion. There seems to be one somewhere in this house that would unlock Clarion's cage. I'm not sure if it's a good idea or not, but like he or it doesn't seem to be on friendly terms with the doctor. It's been locked in there for a long time. So if we end up having to fight the doctor, it might be a useful ally.
Maybe. But
Or it might attack anyone on sight. So,
right
you
now
know,
I do not see any reason to free Clarion.
no.
No.
We should, yeah. We seem to have explored this area pretty thoroughly. I think we can head back up the stairs. I'm disappointed there weren't any princes down here.
Maybe
Alright,
upstairs.
Yes. Okay, so you
There was
guys.
a room to the side just up these stairs that we skipped. Let's look in there.
Let's knock it open.
Yay!
Yeah, knock on the
Okay.
door.
Yeah. I'm going
Sorry.
to knock.
And I'll open.
Right, I'm just
No
finding
worries.
the map. There we go.
I mean, I think we would mostly remember like the general layout of that area.
Yeah, it's alright. I've got all the maps at the ready for you anyway.
Good job.
Okay, so you guys find yourself back in the cellar area. You knock on the door, you hear nothing.
And
I
then
open.
Linda opened it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes.
You open it to find yourselves in a little, well, not little. It's actually a decently sized wash house with, let me just maperize for you. With a lot of linens, a lot of tubs. Sorry. Wrong layer.
That's great.
Oh,
We are
Was that
pretty
just-
dusty. We should take baths while we're in here.
Was that just a white screen?
yeah, sure.
At least it
that
wasn't a
was the
blue
one.
screen.
So you find yourself in a little wash house. There are clothes, there's soap bottles, there's tubs, some with water, some without. Some have clothes soaking in them. One of them smells a lot like a very acrid smell. There's some nice clean linens pressed and laundered, folded up right at the end of the room on a table. There's some clothes that are drying on little racks and some baskets. Yeah, and a sink or two.
It was philosophy was covered from head to toe in dust from those dust bunnies, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna hold you down and scrub you.
Okay.
Is that a grapple check?
No, I don't resist. But I will tell you to make sure that I am absolutely clean afterwards. Give it everything.
Rose.
Mm-hmm.
As you're scrubbing away, you feel something jump in your backpack.
Oh, is it my familiar? I turn around and look.
You see the blue bottle, the blue-purple bottle glowing.
This bottle is glowing and wiggling. Okay, I'm gonna take this out and set it down and stare at it confusedly.
That's a free action.
That's a full round.
As you look at the bottle, you can see two eyes open from within it in the watery substance within.
It's the prince.
Oh,
and look out at you.
Why are you in a bottle?
Hi. Can you hear me? Are you a thing? Are you a person?
Blink twice if you can hear us.
2 blinks.
It can hear us. Can you talk? Blink twice if yes.
1 blink.
That's a stupid question, Linda.
Should we open the bottle?
Blink twice if yes.
2 blinks.
Okay, I'm gonna open the bottle. I mean, it asked me to. I don't see any reason why not.
You pull the stopper of the bottle, and the water or liquid within coalesces out, and there's a lot more in here than you thought there were. As it begins to take form, this beautiful womanly shape appears, a bluish purple. Much like the nymph, she is very, very pretty. And she isn't wearing much at all. Not that you can tell any details, being that she is made of water, or liquid. But she hops out and her legs seem to be trapped within the bottle itself. But the rest of her comes out and she goes, "Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to stay in there forever."
You can talk, but you only blinked once.
Well, I couldn't talk while I was in the bottle, my dear.
Okay.
There might be not as very much room to talk. And while I'm saying that, I realize how stupid that sounds, and I start blushing.
Well,
Were you
you're
trapped
not
in there by someone?
Alas, such is my life, being trapped in a bottle. I'm Calra, by the way.
Rob.
Hello, Calra. I'm Rose of the Brambleberry Gathlain.
Hello, Rose. Thank you ever so much for opening my bottle.
So do we get 3 wishes now?
Drat. They always know.
I was
Why
just
did-
kidding. I was just kidding. Of course we don't.
Of course you don't. No.
Calra, why were you in a bottle?
Is it a long story?
It's a very long story, spanning millennia, actually.
Oh, in that case, maybe wait until we've rescued the prince and you can tell us afterwards.
Or
The
if we
prince.
all take a bath while we hear the story. Maybe
Well,
we
the
should get the prince
short-
first.
The short story is that I fell in love with a man and he was an asshole. Yeah, that's pretty much the short story.
That was very short.
If it was millennia ago, is he still around?
Oh, I certainly hope not.
Sometimes problems solve themselves. What happens if you take a bath?
I imagine that I would merge with the water.
That would be weird. Well,
Can you clean water by merging with it?
You know, it's been so long since I've had a bath.
well,
I
this
wouldn't
is
know.
this is a washroom. If you'd like to clean yourself off, you're more than willing to. You're more than able to.
was more
Otherwise,
thinking-
you know, we're here looking for a prince, and you don't seem to know anything about him, what with having been trapped in a bottle for millennia. And so, I guess we don't really need anything from you. If you go upstairs, you can get out of here.
Her eyes widen at what you say, and then she goes, "Oh, well, there is one problem.
You don't have legs.
Yes, as you
it's the
can see,
bottle.
I'm sort of trapped in this bottle completely. Like, I cannot get fully out of it, unfortunately."
What if we hold the bottle upside down?
No, I'm afraid it's a spiritual entrapment, magical.
If we break the bottle?
Break the bottle.
Oh, well, good luck with that. I don't think it's breakable, actually.
What if we pour some whiskey into the bottle?
That would probably just get her drunk.
Would it?
I'm willing to try.
Let's try it. I
This-
pour some whiskey into the bottle.
We're gonna pour whiskey into a water genie's body. Okay.
It's a whiskey genie now.
Well,
What
she
can
was a-
possibly go wrong?
Not everything, just a little bit, like, you know, like,
Like a shot glass full?
yes, like a shot glass. Because I
Good
want to keep some for myself.
Good thing you didn't tell Philosophy to do this because she would totally have poured everything in there.
It was my whiskey.
You pour a bit of whiskey in. It takes a little while, but then you notice her pinks are getting a bit redder. There's a slight flush, and she goes, "Oh my, that's awfully warm. It's been a while since I've had anything alcoholic to drink. Ooh, oh, that's quite a rush. Could you move me over to the sink? I wouldn't mind a spot of water to drink, or, you know, to wash out the impurities of the alcohol with. I mean, it's nice to feel so flushed, but, oh, it's been such a while."
Okay,
One shot.
she's getting flustered after one shot. We should take her over to the sink. She can't even
We
walk
should
on
take
her own.
her. We should take her to the wine cellar.
That's where you found her.
Yes,
That
but
would
we
be
should
kind
take
of
her back there
sadistic.
and then open the bottle and she can drink all the wine. Or merge with all the wine.
Wine elemental. But yeah, let's just dump her in the sink for now.
All right.
We're gonna bring her with us, of course, after she's washed up. I know where we're gonna put her. We're gonna put her in a pond outside so she can
Oh.
be friends with the nymph.
That's a great idea.
They can hang out together.
Well, you give her some water, and she gladly drinks it, and she goes, "Oh, I was feeling a little dizzy there. Oh my, it's been millennia since I've last had anything to drink. You're some of the best
don't look
masters I've had. So, I mean, well, it's so nice to have met you all. So what are your plans going forward?"
Prince, find, and then get away.
Oh, of course,
Back.
the prince.
And also flowers. Flowers are important.
Flowers. What kind of flowers?
we're still looking for some peonies, some moon blooms, and some golden sundrops.
Well, I can tell you now that golden sundrops are very, very rare.
Oh, damn it.
I'm not sure that you'll be able to find one.
Well, it's been thousands of years since you last saw any, so I mean...
That is
Okay.
true.
We are looking for these for the prince's wedding, which is to be held in a week.
A wedding!
Yes, I do wish you would attend.
You wish for me to well, perhaps your wish will be granted?
Rose is the one who did open the bottle, so she has the wishes if there are any. So, let's go on, I guess, after we are washed up.
Yes, well, can we carry the bottle with us and she'll just float out of it, or?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then we'll do that.
It
wonder
doesn't
what the
weigh
cook
any
will
extra.
Oh, interesting.
No.
Oh,
It's like an expanded space within.
I'll-
No extra weight.
I'll carry the bottle, and we'll go back upstairs. Philosophy, get dressed, and we'll head back up to the kitchen, and
My loincloth back on.
yeah, walk past this half-orc now, with a water genie apparently in tow, and just acting like nothing's wrong, and
I mean, as far as we're concerned, nothing is wrong.
yeah, and just head past him and go over to the other staircase and see
Well-
if he says anything.
Well, I will greet him as we walk past and go, sup. That's just polite, I think.
Here's a reminder of what the room was like, what the mansion was like. You haven't seen the area, the areas in the hall, but there is a door leading from the kitchen to the south right room. That was where the brownies were.
But we're going to the
apparently.
downstairs.
We haven't seen stairs going upwards yet, though. Oh yes, we have.
You
there.
have, yes.
I mean, I think we've covered the entire downstairs area. We probably need to go upward.
No, there are other downstairs stairs up there on the north side that we haven't walked down.
Oh,
at
you're
all.
right. I forgot about that. Yes, then let's do that.
Because I think someone told us that in the basement is everything.
It was either the basement or the second floor, though, so...
Guess.
Yeah, they weren't really sure where the doctor was, but
it was the basement.
That was nougat. Where are you guys? Yogurt,
No, that was
nougat,
actually
and
the
cubit.
Half-Orc.
Was it?
I
The
think so.
Half-Orc said something also, I don't remember.
he said he wasn't sure where the doctor was. The brownies, I heard them whispering, and they thought he was downstairs, but they're also idiots, so...
You're not wrong.
But they're nice idiots. Okay.
They have a permanent crab-eating grin, and that's why they're great.
Yeah,
Okay.
like, they thought he was in the basement that we just came out of, having visited every room. So, like, I guess we'll head to the other basement.
Okay. Which stairs going down are you going to take?
The
Closest one.
western one.
The eastern one, right? They're closer.
Okay, the eastern one then.
Yeah, that's closer.
All right.
Does
So you
the
head-
Half-Orc react when we come with a water demon with us?
He's very busy just cutting away at cabbage. He doesn't even look up.
All right.
Alright. See you around.
Alright. Alright.
Cool.
Okay. So you head down the stairs. And you find yourself... Whoops. That is not what I meant to do. You find yourself in a hallway. As is the... Oh shit, no. Paint shop, no. Okay. Good.
No, it's called
Good
Paint
paint
Shop
shop.
Pro, not Paint Shop No.
Paint shop? No. You find yourselves in a hallway that leads down to another hallway. It's a very short hallway that you come down into, and leads to a hallway with 2 doors, both on the northern side. Let me just map for you. So one to the left and one to the right.
Okay. So those two aren't actually connected as far as we can see, at least not immediately.
Not that you can see immediately.
Let's try the eastern one first.
Alright.
One on the right.
Yes.
Alright, just give me a sec.
No worries. Is there a door or is it open?
The east one has a door.
I will knock on it.
You knock.
Then I open it.
Not gonna wait for an answer?
No, never.
I think Linda still hasn't gotten that part down.
Alright, you open the door and find yourselves in what seems to be a dormitory type room with a lot of beds and side tables. It's pretty bare and very basic. Seemingly looks something like what a servant's quarters would look like.
Okay.
There's
Is
so
there
many-
anyone in there?
There doesn't appear to be anyone in there.
What are the beds, brownie-sized or human-sized?
They're human-sized.
Well, that's strange.
There's so many rooms and uniforms and beds everywhere, but no people.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen that the house has probably changed hands a few times.
Yeah, there are entire rooms that haven't been opened in years, so...
Yes, this room is very dusty. The dust is thick on the floor. You can tell there probably hasn't been any people in here in a long time.
Okay, so no footprints or anything. Let's get out of here. Go to
Yeah.
the opposite room.
I don't want to have to fight dust bunnies again. Let's leave.
You go into the opposite room, and it seems to be a washing area.
Again?
Another one.
No, more of a personal bathroom sort of area.
Oh, okay.
With some wash tubs, a bucket of very murky, brackish water, and an old, very old, dusty mirror dressing table with some very dusty bottles on it.
Is there anything in the bottles?
2 of them have liquid within.
You want to try to randomly drink that?
No. I am going to take both of those bottles, dust them off a little bit, and open each one to smell what the smell of the stuff inside is.
They smell
One
like
of them-
children.
One of them is very faintly rose-scented. The other is a very, very strong acidic smell, but also you could tell it might have been some sort of lavenderish perfume at one point.
I will take the rose-scented one and give it to Rose and say, "Hey, it smells like you." And then I will take the other one that smells acidic, give it to Linda and say, "Hey, it smells like you."
Dem burns, yo.
I do not feel the need to cast Detect Magic on soap. We can head out of here and go back upstairs to the other stairwell, I think.
Alright. Sure thing.
This was the abandoned stairwell.
I think they both were, but I guess we'll find out.
You can see that, first off, when you walk down these stairs, you can see there seems to be some sort of traffic that has passed through these halls. It is very dusty, but it is, there are footprints in the thing, in the dust. There's some smaller ones and some larger ones. Again, there's a short hallway that leads to another short hallway. But the difference is that there is a door on each edge, on each north and south of this smaller hallway.
Okay, so we've got 4 rooms down here that we can go in at least.
2, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Let me just get the map.
Well, if there's only 2, oh, got it. Okay. Then let's head, and I want to sneak up and look around that corner of that south door.
The
You
southern
mean
door?
we knock and open?
They
No,
do
I-
have doors on both of these. They're not,
Then, I hold up my hand and say, don't knock just yet. And I want to put my ear up to the door and listen.
roll perception.
Um, 21.
You don't particularly hear anything that sounds alarming
Okay.
at all.
Gonna-
There's
If I can't hear anything, I'm going to do the same thing at the other door.
again, you can't really hear anything.
Okay. Go ahead and knock if you want.
Which door?
The first one.
The first one, the southern one. Okay, you knock.
And then open, of course, immediately after.
Of course. You find yourselves again in a room much like the servants' quarters, except this one has a door at the southern end that seems to be leading into another area. Oh, wait, let me get that map correct. Sorry, I'm having troubles with my Photoshop. It keeps telling me it can't do what I'm telling it to. But it can, because it has before. God damn it.
You can't.
Everybody roll a will saving throw to resist blindness.
There we go.
I
As
love
you
how
look
there's an
into the
item
room-
on one of the beds.
You see something on a bed to the immediate right of the entryway. Something or someone. They're not making any sound. They're just laying there. Their eyes are closed. Their feet are kicked up in a haphazard kind of way. But they're just laying there.
How big
don't
are they?
How big are they? They are about the size of a small human child.
I want to fly up into its face, really close. Like face against face.
Does it smell like a human child?
It does not smell like a human child.
So yes, I want to fly fairly close to its face, then say something.
Oh, what do you want to say to it?
I guess just some short, like hello, just to see if it reacts and gets scared.
Boogity boogity boogity.
Boogala boogala.
There's no response.
I slapped them.
I'm just gonna slap a sleeping person.
Yes.
Linda has no
Okay.
manners.
Linda.
Softly.
It's
I slap them softly.
you. Roll a. What? Linda, where are you? Where's your
I
strength?
mean, she's not attacking.
No, I'm
Trying to
slapping
slap
them
them.
gently.
Oh no, I'm just checking.
I'm not trying to
Okay,
murder
you've
them
got
with my
decent
fist.
strength.
No,
I-
who would ever try to like murder somebody in a bed? Only the most horrible people would do that.
That's awful.
Yeah, I wonder who would do that. You slap the face like
Softly.
softly. And two wide eyes just spring open.
Then I go oogla boogla.
At least they're not dead.
Gonna roll an intimidate check.
Wow.
By saying oogala
Are you-
boogala.
Are you doing okay? Yeah, sure. Do an intimidate check. Sure.
This is the
I
dumbest.
just want to see if I
My
startle them. Let's see, I've been googling stuff here. Okay. Intimidate. Let's roll this. 23.
Eyes widen in shock, and the person or being in the bed just puts its hands up in front of its face and pushes you away and goes, "Don't do that!" And then looks around, notices the other two, and then it goes, "Oh, Gathlain. Yes. Trickster fairies. Aha. Yes. What are you
I
doing here?"
apologize on behalf of Linda. She has the habit of being very enthusiastic about the wrong things.
I laugh at the foot end of the bed.
Yes. Gathlain, little dwarven. No, not dwarves. That's not what they are. Okay. Little creatures of the Fae. Yes, wings. Interesting.
That's us. Have you...
And a djinn? Lovely. Countenance beautiful.
She's with us.
Hello.
Is everything
Beautiful
alright
lady.
with you, not sleeping person?
Yes. Do I have to slap you again?
No, I talk this way.
Okay. Do you have
Too many
have
thoughts
you
running
seen
through
our
my head.
prince? Have you seen our prince?
Prince? No.
The one who looks like Rose.
A Gathlain prince here. Interesting.
Looks exactly
I-
like Rose, I think, still.
I cannot
Oh,
say
yeah.
that I have seen one.
The doctor took him here. Do you know the doctor?
The doctor,
don't know the
yes,
doctor?
yes.
We don't know the
Yes.
doctor's name. Just heard him called the doctor.
No, yes, his name, George.
George the Doctor.
George the doctor, yes. He lives in this mansion. Bought it
Where is
recently. Quite a price. Very, very steep price for such a dilapidated place. Indeed. And what brings
So
you here
what's your
again?
name?
Oh, yes, Prince.
So what's your name?
Myself?
Yes.
Den.
Den?
Den
Den.
as in Dennis.
As in the tree? No, wait.
Dennis.
Wants to sing
That's-
Gathlain. Lovely.
I think that's only a term
I'm
for
just
a tree.
writing him down in my NPC list as Den the Weirdo.
Den the weirdo.
Do you live here, Den? Do you work for the doctor?
Can you show
Oh.
us where the doctor is right now?
No. I don't work here. I came to visit the doctor and stay the night. In fact, I'm here to check things, rumors, strange rumors of many weird beasts that live in this house.
Oh.
Have you seen the half-orc?
Yes,
Interesting
yes.
fellow.
But he didn't seem like a strange beast. Have you seen the dust bunnies?
Yes, I have. I trapped 2 in the door below. Interesting creatures. I shall have to study them. And the brownies. Very interesting. Kind of
I
creepy.
feel like that's
You are a very scientifically minded person. I like this.
Indeed.
Have you read the 3rd book in the Hrothgar series?
Hrothgar. Series of fictional novels based upon the barbarian Hrothgar. No. Though my sister quite, enjoys the works. She's not here.
I was just about to ask us, actually. Do you know where the doctor is?
Yes, show us to the doctor, if you are the doctor's friend.
I realize now that I have not, described this guy.
No.
Go ahead.
He has the head of a tiger,
Okay.
Okay.
on a humanoid body.
That might have been worth mentioning.
I apologize. I meant
That's the
to.
face I slapped.
I meant to mention that, but yes, he is he's quite an interesting looking fellow.
Oh no. Maybe he's related to Ruby. Or is that racist?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, that is very racist.
Okay, well, for all I know, this is a type of human. Maybe they just look like this sometimes.
I mean, it's shorter, so before they grow up, they look like that.
Yeah, they're human kittens.
Makes sense
It's
to me.
very tall. Oh no, wait,
Juvenile.
yes, you're right,
No.
sorry.
He
Juvenile.
was
No, you're
small,
right.
right?
I forgot. He was originally supposed to be a full grown, but he's not.
Anymore.
I changed
Because
it
we cut off the
earlier.
legs.
Yes.
Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Do you know
Show
where the
us.
doctor is?
Show us to the doctor.
I cannot say where the doctor might be. It's possible he's in his office on the 2nd floor.
But we are on the 2nd floor.
No, we are
Or in the basement?
below ground.
The 2nd
Basement.
basement floor.
No. He would be on the top floor of this house.
Ah, the above floors.
Yes, above.
So
Much above.
that's the dungeons.
He may also be in the library. Quite a large, interesting library. Many books there. Many. Fictional works, too.
Interesting.
Is there anything we can do for you?
For me?
Just show us the way to the library and the office.
The library. It is on the floor, across from the kitchen and down.
We'll just follow you to it.
Haven't we already been there?
No, that's the upstairs things that we haven't been to.
I do have a question for you. Do you know why the doctor might have kidnapped the Gathlain prince? Because it certainly looked
No.
like that.
It is quite interesting. It is unlike the doctor to do such a thing. My own dealings with him have been quite a fair man, indeed.
When we arrived here, we thought this might be his stronghold, but everybody here seems quite peaceful, except for a weird cat creature that we encountered.
Ah, Rupee, yes. Interesting fellow.
Certainly they don't seem to be like an army that he's built up to infiltrate Gathlain society or anything like that, so it's very unusual that he might have captured the prince. But we saw him carrying the prince, who was kicking and screaming.
Indeed, quite a conundrum. Come, I will lead you to the library. There is something
Let's
that I
go.
wish to read. And, you make sure you are following him? Are you guys following him, or do you want to, explore
I'm
the
following
rooms
him.
a bit more?
Oh, we can
Oh,
follow
wait,
him.
there's another door to the south, right?
Yeah, no,
Yes,
but
there's
there's
a
only
door to
dust
the
bunnies
south.
there that they
Oh, you're right, yes.
locked in.
And there's a door to the north.
I'm going to peek into the door to the north.
You find another room, much like the last one. Beds, very dusty. some cabinets up against a wall in the back. It's not wholly, and it's not a very interesting looking room.
I close the door and try to suppress a sneeze.
Okay.
And after he closes the door, I knock on it.
You knock on it, you hear nothing.
Wow.
You're getting better at this knocking thing.
Like soon she's becoming the new Norris.
She hasn't kicked down a door yet.
True.
I'm not sure
Alright.
you could.
I have great strength.
Right, so...
Okay, so
We're going to the library?
yes, he
Yes.
leads you up the stairs, and then down through to the main hallway, the very large hallway with the 2 stairs going upwards, and to the left, he leads you into a room closed by a door. Opening the door, you find a library.
Dun dun dun.
I feel like everybody in this party currently wants to be in the library, but for different reasons. And also we want to rescue the prince, I guess.
Yeah. He might be in the library.
He might be.
He might be in here reading.
I just imagine him reading Rothgar in here and Linda and him just immediately become best friends.
I don't think the prince appreciates Rothgar.
How do you know? He's a fae.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He's royalty.
Again.
Hmm?
Wrong layers again,
Layers,
because I'm
so
so
much
bad at this.
layers.
Okay,
Dun,
you
dun,
head
dun,
into
dun,
the hall,
layers.
into the library. It is stocked full of shelves. There are tables along one wall where you can, just little desks with chairs. It's a very cozy looking area. There is, to the southern wall, a large fireplace. You can't see it on the map because it's against the wall, with a very big, cozy looking armchairs, one on each side of the fireplace. There God damn it, stop telling me that. There are a lot of bookshelves and a clock. It looks cozy, very intellectual.
What's the
Many books.
clock?
It's a
There.
it's like a grandfather clock, but on the wall. More like a cuckoo clock, actually.
Is it working?
It's stuck on 9 o'clock, just like every RTP clock ever.
Did anybody have writing utensils?
Yes. You need me to write something down?
Can I write something down?
Yeah, absolutely.
I will write on a piece of paper. Clock stuck on 9 o'clock. Please fix. Sincerely, Philly. And I will stick this to the side of the clock. And hand back the writing utensils to Rose, and then I will start inspecting the room.
I sit down in one of the armchairs.
I just realized I should have just gone ahead and fixed the clock myself, actually.
You go to sit in one of the armchairs, only to have to have Den go, wait, no, that's bad, and suddenly you feel the armchair move.
Oh,
Does it move away
goes-
from me? Does it move away
He goes, oh, dear, that's not a good thing. Yes, the doctor warned me about that. Oh,
from me? I'll sit in the
And-
other armchair.
both armchairs sort of, it's like a transformer. They sort of transform into armchair
Tables.
golems.
They're-
Roll initiative.
You
I
sat
already did.
You sat in a mimic.
You sat in a... You sat in an armchair, mimic.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that armchair is gonna get like a surprise attack on you.
Okay.
Dexterity bonus is on initiative, so I got
Oh, that's not the right one.
Rolled really bad.
Well, I feel like I don't know yet if they are hostile.
I mean, you're rolling initiative.
Or are they clearly hostile?
I mean, that doesn't necessarily have to mean something, though.
True,
We managed to interrupt the fight with the brownies while we were.
That
on
is
it.
true.
Like, did it, when he sat in it, did it immediately, like, grab around him and try to eat him?
It just moved away from me.
No, he jumped up, you said straight away that you jumped into the other armchair.
Which is also a mimic!
Which was also, yes, a chair golem.
But they were clearly trying to attack Linda.
No, they were moving away as I was trying to sit down.
You were the one who suggested they were moving away. No one else has said that. The DM did not say that. That's why we're asking. That's why we're asking.
I didn't say it moved away, I said it moved.
Ah, okay. But then I didn't try to sit in the other one unless it moved away from me. Because then I just sat in the one that didn't move away.
I get now what you were trying to do, Shinan. It was like the entire time. Okay, if an armchair starts to move when you sit down in it, why would you sit down in the other one next to it, which is also moving? But now I understand what you were actually doing, because you were assuming the armchair was basically pulling a prank on you.
Yes.
And moving away as you try to sit down, which is the worst prank in the world.
It is. Many tailbones
Don't
were
do
hurt
that.
that day.
I think we've been throwing Liberty off where she was trying to do the initiative for these guys.
Yeah, anyway,
It's okay.
the question was, when you say it moves, how is it moving? Like, is it
It transformed.
grabbing around him?
Oh, it transformed immediately.
Yes, as soon as you sat on it, it started moving. When you jumped off, it transformed into a Autobots.
So when I
roll
fell
out.
off,
Like a chair with a tongue and
Yes.
teeth where the seat should be?
No, it's more like a stone golem, but made out of upholstery and chair.
Oh,
It's an
okay.
animated object.
Okay.
It is an actual chair golem.
When you said like a transformer, you really meant like a transformer.
Yes, robots in disguise.
armchairs in disguise.
Golems in disguise. Yeah, so, Chair Golem 1 and Chair Golem 2, activate. It is Chair Golem 1's turn, and that is the one that you sat on, Phil?
See, I was imagining something like that.
Oh, no. No.
No, they're not actual mimics.
Yeah, it's not an actual mimic. It's more of a golem than anything else.
So I assume that any attempt from me to greet them is not like they're clearly not reacting to that.
It's not like that at all.
It's a great
Although I
image,
kind of
though.
wish it was now, but no, I think I prefer my Transformer chair. What did you say? Philosophy?
No, Linda.
Oh, Linda, sorry.
I mean, if as I fell down from the chair, I mean, if I just greeted them, I assume that they didn't react at all to that.
If you greet them, no, they do not react. The, Den go... Oh, shit, yes, right, Den and that. Den will be helping you out with this battle, but he's really, really slow.
Philosophy, did you nat 1 your initiative?
I rolled a 2.
That's sad.
Yes.
It's
Especially
still-
considering I'm a monk.
Yeah, I expected you to have a higher dex modifier than that as a monk. I guess not.
I put all of that into wisdom because that's actually more important for my for most of my abilities, and I get my wisdom bonus as to AC anyway, so it doesn't really matter for defenses.
Oh, right. And Calra's still with you. Damn.
I
Lucky,
mean,
lucky.
philosophy is a key mystic, so I feel like she would have higher stats in her mental abilities than her physical abilities.
Oh god, yeah, right. Calra's super fast.
I mean, but is she actually doing anything?
She'll be helping you in the battle.
Because I was assuming that she's only going to act if somebody.
She can't move.
True, she's also
She can't
bottled
actually
up.
move, but
That is a problem.
she's super fast.
But she can't move. Super fast.
All right. Calra is. I mean, she's still floating with Rose, so she'll be near where Rose is. When Rose moves, she'll move with Rose. Since her bottle's in your backpack, Rose.
Okay.
Calra, you notice that Calra's hands start to glow, and she puts them out and she goes, "I'll provide backup," and just points towards one of the chairs, and that is her turn over. It is now Chair Golem 1's turn, and he wants to eat Linda's face.
I guess I have to defend myself.
$12 to hit. Oh wait, no, sorry. 17 to hit.
I don't think that.
17 to hit. Okay, one blocky arm makes a swing at you. Totally overshoots you. Seems not to see you very well, considering it has no eyes. But it overestimates how tall you are, and it just goes flying over your head. It is now Linda's turn.
I guess I have to fight. I smash it in the face with my mace.
Alright.
Does it have a face?
I mean, no. I mean, I guess you could call the back of the chair its head.
Well, it has a back, so you can break it.
Yeah.
And I also apologize. I rolled
You're apologizing to the chair as you're smashing it with a mace.
yes. What's my bonus? 3, right? So 22.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
And damage, let's see, where did I write down damage? Oh yes, there. 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay. You hit it with, you're punching it?
No, I'm smashing it with my mace while saying,
All right.
I'm sorry for disturbing you.
I'm sorry for disturbing you. Thwack. I'm sorry, that just... Okay, so you hit it with the mace. It sinks into the cushiony goodness that is the back of the armchair, but apart from a few scratches and rips to the material, it doesn't really do much in the way of damage from the looks of it.
Well, I
It
mean,
is-
rips in material is about the damage that you would expect.
Well, I mean, the frame itself isn't damaged. Okay, Rose, your turn.
Can I roll like some sort of knowledge check to see if I think these things would be affected by a sleep spell?
You may.
I'm not even sure what type of creature you're classifying them as to know what type of knowledge to use, though. Are they constructs or elementals or?
Probably be
Yeah, they're more like
Arcana anyway.
constructs.
Then no, I can't because I don't have knowledge engineering. So
Arcana then maybe?
I don't know. Yeah, well, for constructs, it is.
Spell though.
Yeah, but
Well,
it's not about the spell. It's about the creature. It's about what sort of thing.
Oh right.
It's a magical construct, we'll say.
Okay. Anyway, I only rolled an 8 on the dice, so you
You've
can
no
tell me
idea.
what to. I have like a feeling that it's probably not gonna fall asleep if I cast a sleep spell on it. So yeah, so instead I am going to I'm gonna take a bottle of frozen ice, or it's called liquid ice, excuse me, and throw it at the chairs, and will do damage to one of them. It works basically like Alchemist's Fire, except it's ice elemental.
Okay,
So it does 4 damage to the chair number 1, and then it does 1 point of frost damage to anyone within 10 feet of that, which is probably the other
Linda.
chair and Linda.
Yep, Linda and the other chair.
So wait, so Linda also takes damage?
Yeah, sorry,
damage.
Linda.
Okay, it is Den's turn. Den is going to punch the chair. 13.
Does he have claws or just normal hands?
He does have claws, but he probably wouldn't want to use them on the chairs, because getting fabric caught in your claws is a bitch.
He's
And
kind
he's
of
a bit-
cat.
Well, he's kind of a little prissy about that kind of thing. He'd much rather punch things, and he's a monk subclass, so
Oh, well, can't blame him.
yeah. So
Some more
yeah, he
monkey
definitely
business in
hits.
here.
And he does 13 damage to chair 1.
Dang, that's a lot.
Yeah, he's pretty beefy.
He's gonna fight, kill the things for us.
Well, that would be terrible.
We'll just have to sit down back and watch.
Okay, it is now Chair Golem 2's turn.
What's it doing?
It is reaching to hit Linda again, and that's a 24 to hit.
Or that will maybe hit, probably.
It probably
hits?
will.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, it hits. Okay, so it does. It does 7 damage. It, unlike its friend, actually aims properly and just thumps you with its arm, which is a little padded, but you can feel that there's some pretty solid oak or something as the frame of this fucking thing.
So
'Cause
it's
that-
basically attacking me with unarmed.
Yes.
No, it's absolutely armed. It's an armchair.
It is an armchair. Its arms are arms. It's just doing
Yeah, but I have spiked armor. Doesn't it take damage if it attacks me?
Oh yeah. Where is that? Where are you?
Is that how that works?
I don't know. I can't remember how.
I mean, it would be appropriate if a literal chair with fabric all over it smashes someone with spiked armor. It would only be appropriate to have the chair take damage.
That does make sense. It's hard to argue with.
I don't know,
Yeah.
It deals damage when you grapple, basically. I guess that's when you don't.
Well, it's not grappling. It's just punching.
No, I mean
you
it's just punching. I guess it punches where the spikes aren't.
in your face.
Well, there are spikes in my face.
Thunk. Straight in your face. Yeah.
I'll
Just trying.
real quick.
Okay. Okay, Phil's turn.
Okay. So did I see that Linda smashing the thing with her mace didn't seem to do much?
You did.
Did dense punches also not do much?
They knocked it back a bit.
But it's not very effective.
Yeah, it didn't seem extremely effective, although the where is the sheet? Although it seems to be a bit. If a chair could act gingerly, it would.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I've got this sewing kit. I'm going to
sewing kit.
retrieve this, get out the sewing kit and get a pair of scissors out of there if there are any.
Oh god.
Are there scissors in the sewing kit?
Yes, sewing kits have scissors.
I take the scissors
ones.
and I start cutting open the fabric on armchair number 2.
That's a
You are
grapple
going to have
attack.
to make
That's definitely a
a
grapple attack.
Yeah.
You'll have to make up rules for this. I have no idea how this actually would
Yeah.
work.
I'm probably going to have, because it's a moving thing, I will probably have you do a suggestive music.
That's the music from Secret of Mana from the dungeon that had the polter chairs.
Oh yes, I forgot they were a thing. Okay, so I need you to do a grapple check, which is DC 10 plus your combat and the level. And your level.
I don't exactly know what to roll. I rolled a 12 on die, and I have +3 to attack. My level is 3.
Okay, let me just. Shit.
What are you actually doing?
What I'm trying to
Trying
do is
to do
I took out the scissors and try to cut open the chair, the chair's
but-
fabric.
Make an attack
You'd have
roll
to-
with an improvised weapon. So
That's what I was also like going to suggest. Let's just say it's an improvised weapon
Yeah, you know what? That works
to make
for me.
deal slashing damage instead of bludgeoning damage.
Alright. So.
Oh, I also have that's just for combat maneuvers, I guess, the maneuver training. But yeah, okay, anyway, if I made an attack roll, it's a 15, and I guess I suffer a penalty for it being an improvised weapon.
Which. Oh, I'm trying to find the penalty.
It's -4.
-4. That will hit. That will
Okay.
hit. It's got like 10 AC.
Okay. So, what kind of... Would it just be 1d4 plus 1, I guess, for damage?
Yeah.
Okay. 5, I guess it would be slashing damage?
Mm-hmm.
As
That was on chair 2, right?
Yes, as I try to slice this thing open with a pair of scissors.
You make a pretty good cut on the cushion. It doesn't seem to do much damage. It seems like 'tis a mere flesh wound.
But it is a wound.
It is a flesh wound.
Tis a mere fabric wound. But yes, it hasn't actually affected the frame of the beast, so to speak.
And then I'm going to follow up with the bone breaker kick, or in this case, probably the frame breaker kick.
Bone breaker is only if you are using your gauntlets or
Oh, you're right. It was only for
no
armed
weapons
attacks. I
Yes.
forgot. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the end of Phil's turn.
Okay, it's Kalra's turn. Her glowing hands are pointed towards chair number 1, and it seems like she just summons this wave of water that just shoots out and hits the chair dead in the center. I'm going to say that anyone who's in the way is small enough that it'll go straight over their heads. Except not Den. Okay, we'll see if
No, Den is also small.
He is small, but not quite that small.
Oh, okay.
The chairs aren't extremely tall. He fails his reflex save. Ooh. The chair also fails his reflex save.
Imagine a chair has a pretty terrible reflex save. It
Yeah.
literally just sits there all the time.
Okay, so the chair takes 10 damage. Okay, the water just slams into the chair and it's knocked back. It's struggling to get up, but you definitely heard a crack somewhere from the chair. It seems that something inside it has broken. Meanwhile,
Cheers.
1 damage for Dan.
That happens to my chairs in my kitchen all the time. It's not a good sound.
No, it's not. The chair is definitely struggling to get up from the ground, and it's sodden to boot. Like it's dripping on the carpet. It
Dripping?
It looks like
What's
someone
dripping out of a chair. Ew.
It was water. It just
it
got
was
hit by
water.
Red
It
with
was
a
hit
water
by
attack.
it was hit by a very big spray of water
Oh,
attack.
okay. I thought there was like chair juices.
Ew, no. Also,
That's from Phyllis.
chair is blind, but okay, that's good. The chair has been blinded. If it were holding anything, it would have dropped it, but alas, it wasn't.
Also, how do you
Den,
blind
however-
a chair?
Good question. Don't ask. Den, however, avoided being blinded, so lucky Den.
Pretty sure constructs are immune to being blinded anyway.
Are they?
They might not be, actually. I don't know. No, it's not really important.
It's Chair 1's turn. He sort of... It sort of pulls back, and then... Who's it targeting?
Yield.
Let me just...
Yield.
It's targeting Linda again. This time, the cushion is sort of spring-loaded straight at you. Flies off the chair and just spring-loads in your face.
It's a cushion fight.
But it flies straight over your
Pillow fight.
head and
Yes,
hits
cannot fight.
the far wall with a splat kind of sound and just sort of sticks there for a second before slowly dripping down it with water just coursing onto the floor. It's absolutely drenched. It's absolutely disgusting, and the chair just sort of loses its. You could see its spirit sort of slowly crushed as this last ditch effort just failed completely.
I tell the chair
Linda.
to
Yeah, Linda, your turn.
yield. I tell the chair loudly to yield, and then I attack it as it immediately yields.
Yield, and I'm going to kill you anyway. Okay.
I mean, if it yields, I will stop attacking it, obviously.
It's not. It is a golem magical construct.
It's a chair,
not going
dude.
to.
It's a chair.
Yeah.
But
It's a chair.
I mean, if I just saw its whole motivation just drop away from it, maybe it wants to yield.
That's maybe
has
just
no
your
ears.
interpretation.
Maybe. And since it has no armor class, I will attack with my mace and my gauntlet, so that it's 2 attacks and I can deal with the penalties. Maybe. So my mace attack is let's see, I have a 6 minus, so that's 7. So I guess that missed. And my other hand attacks with a 15.
Mhm.
Does that hit?
Yes.
Let's see how much damage it does. Not very much. It does 4 damage when I punch it.
Okay. You can see that the chair is on its last legs, so to speak.
And I still tell it to yield.
It still has no ears. It cannot hear you. It is now Rose's turn.
Does it say, I cannot hear you? Then I do it,
It
in
has no
sign
mouth.
language. Then I do it in sign language.
First of all,
It
since when
also
does
has-
Linda know sign language?
Linda knows a lot of things.
I think it's
It is
Rose's
like-
turn.
Yes, it's Rose's turn.
If you can use sign language, I mean, it might be able to see you. I mean, it is attacking us somehow, but
Yeah, it must see us.
it knows where we are. But hopefully not for too much longer. I'm gonna take out this dagger I got from Rupee and attack with that.
All right.
Oh,
go for it.
Yeah, the silver dagger.
Silver dagger +2. How's a 4 do? That's with the +2.
Oh no. You slash at it. It just sort of crumples in on itself a bit more, and you miss as it does so. It just swipes over the head of the chair.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Then
I'm gonna
Oh, sorry.
carry.
Yes?
I'm gonna, as I'm doing that, I guess I'm having to move towards it. So I've carried the bottle with Calra in it closer now, in case she wants to do something else.
Cool. Good to know. Den attacks or goes to, but he sees it's wet, and he just pulls back at the last instant, like, ew, no. Ew.
What about the other chair?
It's not its turn yet.
I mean,
he
can't
went
you
to-
attack the other chair then?
Well, he rolled a 3. He wasn't gonna hit, so that's my explanation of why.
This guy has a lot of phobias.
He's a prissy little prissy. He's more of an intellectual, really. An intellectual monk.
I mean, so am I.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
but he's more nerdy.
Oh yeah.
Nerd. Chair Golem 2 is attacking Rose.
Linda.
21 to hit.
Chair 2 is a lot better at sitting.
Yeah, chair 2's pretty good. Rose? It's 21. Where's your sheet?
Locke, are you still with us?
Yeah. What did you need?
21 to hit. It
Yeah,
is,
that hits. I'm a witch. I've got more AC than I thought, and I have mage armor up, which isn't shown on my sheet, but that still hits.
Okay. It swings at you with its arm.
I guess that's an arm. You're not wrong.
No, 3, 5.
There's an armchair.
You take 8 damage and get sent flying towards the wet chair.
Ah! Do I land in the wet chair?
Do an acrobatics check.
21. Although I'm not sure if
can-
landing in it would be the good success or the bad.
You can aim for it if you want to.
I'm gonna land in it and sit down with my butt in the chair.
Okay, you sit down on the chair, the force behind it. Let me just roll some stuff. Alright. You were hit into it with so much force that it just crumples under you. And you see this glittery kind of light just coalesce around you up and then just fade away as the chair just stops. Your butt killed the chair. Congratulations. You sat the
Alright.
chair to death.
I sat the chair to death. That's a good way to kill a chair.
Now I understand why it didn't want us to sit on it.
It is now Phil's turn.
Okay. I am reasonably sure that my scissors were a good idea, but not the solution. So I am going to drop them and pummel chair number 2.
Go for it.
So first attack. I'm using flurry of blows, by the way.
Mhm.
It's a 21 to hit. No,
That will
22.
hit. Mhm.
No, 21. I'm sorry. I'm looking right. That's a
It's
7.
got a 7 does not hit.
And then comes the bone break kick,
Mhm.
which is a 9.
9 will not hit.
Darn it!
But the first
Okay,
one
well,
will hit.
1 hit.
It's got 10 AC. So
Yeah, I was very annoyed that I didn't even manage to hit that twice. For 4 damage, bludgeoning this time.
4 damage. Okay. It does a little bit of damage. You hear you strike one of the arms and you hear a creak sort of sound, almost like it's close to breaking, but nothing actually seems to have broken the framework of this chair yet. It is now Kalra's turn. She is close enough to do a thing. What is she going to do? Alright. She puts her hands down inside the bottle and then pulls out 2 whips. 2
Just
chains.
had those in there. Okay.
One is an icy blue, one is a flaming red. That would be her action.
This gin is loaded for bear.
Because she had to find the damn things. Yeah. So she reached down past her legs, felt around a bit, pulled out these 2 big chains. Chain whips.
She's got like a
Okay.
bottle of holding in there.
Yeah, pretty much it's a bottle of holding. And she's being held.
works.
Think Genie from I Love Jeannie and her little bottle with a little room in it.
I was thinking of the genie from Aladdin.
Yeah, he had the same thing.
They usually all have this.
Itty bitty tiny space.
Yeah.
Living space. Yes.
The
Some have
Lots of
like an
pillows.
apartment, some have a house. So,
Hers is, well, you haven't seen hers, so you wouldn't know. But
it's a whip dungeon.
she doesn't have a sex dungeon, no.
Or does she?
Dun dun dun. Okay, it is Linda's turn.
Oh. I ask the other chair to yield as I attack it with my both weapons.
Also doesn't have ears.
It must have some sense as to what's going on. So I'm trying to make it very obvious with my move that I'm wanting it to yield.
Just like
And
point
I also
out.
21 for the mace attack.
That will
then
hit.
a 7 for the fist.
That will not hit.
So let's roll the mace, which is 7 damage.
7 damage?
Unless the attack damage bonus is rounded up when you half it. Then it's
No.
8.
Nothing ever gets rounded up.
It's 7 and a
Always
half.
round down.
7.5 damage.
7 damage. So
0.5.
you hit it with the mace. You hear a sort of splintering sound, but it still seems to be quite spry and on its feet, so to speak. It is Rose's turn, I think. Sorry, had to have some
Alright, I'm gonna attack it. I'm gonna see if I can roll higher than a 4. In this whole game, I haven't rolled higher than a 4 on an attack roll yet. Oh, I actually did.
Ooh.
Roll a 5.
20 on the attack roll for the silver dagger.
Natural 20 or
No.
okay. That hits for sure.
Okay. And then I'm not sure. Was this a regular size dagger or a small dagger? Human size, or it was from the cat, right?
The cat Sith is a small creature, so it would have been a tiny dagger.
Well, tiny
small
is.
dagger.
You mean a small dagger?
Small.
Yeah, tiny
Small.
is next size down. That would be if it were like a mouse. But
Yeah.
so a small dagger does 1d3 damage. So I'll roll a d6 and have that. That's
Oh.
1 and then the +2, so 3 damage from the dagger.
You slash at it. You do some scratches. You leave a scratch on the on one of the on the cushion. A nice big slash across
Wait.
the
My mistake. My strength is so bad that it cancels out the +2 from the dagger, so it's back down to 1 damage.
You destroy the fabric.
Yeah, I made like a little hole in it, I guess.
Yeah, you managed to pull the thread. It unravels a little bit, but doesn't really do much in the way of damage. If the chair could laugh, you could tell it would be laughing at you. Den's turn.
It's like the kind of damage my cat does when it climbs on a chair.
Den punches at the chair. This time he hits because it's not wet.
problem is I took all of these weapons that do splash damage, and then you guys are both melee attackers. And the enemies are also melee attackers.
If they
Oh,
weren't, it might actually be better for me.
every one of them so far has been.
He punches once and does a great deal of damage. Then you hear a crack through the chair, and then he punches again, follows it up with a flurry of blows. Punches again, and you hear another crack, and the chair just sort of slumps, like it's almost so close to being dead. It's not funny. It just sort of collapses in on itself, and it's sort of like if it were human or something, it would be panting, just sort of like that kind of movement from it. It is Chair Golem 2's turn. It is going to use a desperation attack to throw its spring-loaded cushion at... Who's closest? Okay, we'll see.
Den just pummeled it, so...
Yeah. Rose is there too.
Rose didn't do anything.
Well, I mean, like that thread.
I made a
No,
little
but
hole.
it actually attacks Linda.
Of course, because Linda is awesome.
22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Awesome enough.
10 damage.
10 damage. Oh,
And I
boy.
need you to roll a fortitude check.
Fortitude.
Save, you mean.
Save, sorry.
That's 15.
Okay, you managed to not get stunned from that, despite the large amount of damage. Its cushion flies off, slams you straight in the... Slams you straight in the face, and sort of topples you over, but you sort of roll over yourself and find your footing again. Just rolling with the cushion on the floor, and bounce back up, like, aha! But it still kind of really hurt.
Keep rolling.
They see me rolling, they hating. It's Phil's turn.
Okay. I think it's time to stop messing out with these chairs and move on. So, flurry of blows it is again. Let's see if I can
Alright.
hit at these this time, actually. 7 again.
Nope.
How about 12?
That hits.
For 5 damage?
5 damage. You, that's with your fist, right?
Yes.
You just punch into the chair, and you seem to have hit the exact spot that Den did, where he cracked the back, and it just, you hear a crunch, and then this misty light just coalesces around you and then fades, and you're left with a broken bodied chair.
I bone break kick the broken chair.
You each get 500 experience for that, and 29 gold.
Huh?
How? The chairs had gold. Where?
Well, you know,
Was it just
money
between the
falls.
cushions?
For soul
Yes,
into the
money
cushion.
falls down the back of the cushions.
So they're actually literal money pouring out of them as they get destroyed.
If they hadn't used Cushion Crush, you'd have had to search them for the money. But because they used Cushion Crush, it just falls out on the floor when
I
they
don't know
used
if that's amazing or terrible.
I approve.
Thank you.
Ding, 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 ding,
I
ding,
live for
ding,
your
ding.
approval. No.
Like- Winning a one-arm
Money.
bandit. Ding, 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 ding.
Okay, so Den goes, well, quite interesting. Very invigorating, yes. Been a while since I fought like that before. Yes. And
I'm sad I can't sit in the chair.
Kelra goes, Oh my, that was a lot more than what I was expecting. That was fun.
Poor chairs. I throw them in the
Poor chairs.
fireplace, I guess.
How? They're way too big.
But they're like torn apart now.
Well, they're still in one piece. They've just had their main
So I
frames
can still sit in
broken.
them.
I mean, you could sit on them, sure.
Okay, we'll sit on them. We'll take like a 2-minute breather sitting on the broken chairs.
That's like
I
sitting
mean,
on a
one's
corpse.
sopping wet.
No, it's like sitting on a broken chair. And now that it's broken, it's just the right height for us, because we're short.
Chair.
And it's a chair.
Which chair are you sitting on?
I'm sitting on the one that is not wet.
Oh, so Rose, which chair are you sitting on?
I guess the wet one, by default.
You by the time you finished your sit, you've got a wet butt for sure. It's annoying. It's sticky. It's wet. It's just.
I did not think this
clothes.
through.
No, you didn't think this through.
I'm sorry. I'm going to ask Dan. What did you want to show us in the library?
Apart
Ah,
from the
yes.
Find chairs for.
apart from the chairs.
Well, you said you were looking for the doctor. He's usually here sometimes. Books. Many books.
Did the doctor turn into chairs?
No, they were here when he came. He warned me away from them, told me best not to sit in them. He
Well, yeah, one of
noticed
them's
there
wet.
was magic around them of some kind and hadn't got around to dealing with those yet. So, yes. Chairs. Interesting. Golems.
Maybe we'll get a reward for dealing with them.
Perhaps, perhaps not. I couldn't say.
So the doctor is not here.
No,
Let's
he does
move
not
on.
appear to be here. Well, I will tell you now that
The office.
likely if he is not in here, he is either downstairs in the laboratory, also known as the wine cellar, or upstairs in his office.
So it's upstairs in the office.
We've already searched
however-
through the wine cellar. We didn't see him. We did find a strange spirit creature trapped in a cell down there.
Well, I don't know anything about that. I've yet to go down into the, deep cellar. The wine cellar itself, I've helped myself to, as the doctor, said I may. It's quite a good selection down there. You don't mind if I stay here and read? I have some things I wish to peruse the shelves for.
Not at
Use
all.
all you want. It's not our house.
Indeed.
Our house in the middle.
I shall leave you to your Estworth journey then. And he goes, picks up a book, and then takes it to the one of the tables, and sits down and begins reading.
There are chairs there also. Do those chairs attack him?
No, they're he does prod one before he sits down on it carefully. Just gives it a nudge with his foot. Realizes it's not moving and then sits down, makes himself comfortable. They're not armchairs like the others, they're more like stools with no backs, kind of.
They're unarmed
So-
chairs. We get it.
Let's go. Oh no, chairs. Let's go to the office then. I guess he told us where the office is.
I will ask Kaura, would you like to stay here also and peruse the library, or would you like to come with us?
Library? Well, it has been a very long time since I've used the library. Are you sure it's okay if I stay here, Rose?
It's up to you.
But is it really?
Does anybody have gloves?
I have like the glove of hiding things.
No, I mean, think this through for a moment. What would happen if Kalra touches a book?
It would get wet.
Yes, and what happens to wet books?
They become harder to read, I suppose. But oh, I have an idea. I'm going to take my Hand of the Mage. It's an amulet I'm wearing that looks like a mummified hand, and I'm going to hand it to her. Say, here, now you can use this. You can peruse the books with the Mage Hand spell that you can use from this amulet.
Her mouth sort of drops open. Her face is just expressionless for a moment. And then tears begin to fill her eyes as she takes it carefully and holds it to her chest and goes,
All tears.
"That is so very kind of you." And she seems extremely touched by this, and says, "Thank you so much, Rose."
Not at all. Den, take good care of her while we're upstairs.
He looks up and goes, "Oh, yes, Jin, yes. I will take very good care of..." You're bound to... Yes, all right. Well, I can't do any until the wishes... But then, yes. Very well. I will take very good care of you, milady. And she goes, "Thank you, Den." And she looks a bit uncertain, but,
And I'll just set the jar down next to the bookshelves, and we'll go and head on upstairs, and I'll wave goodbye to her.
Try out.
She's still clutching the amulet and waves timidly at goodbye, sort of shyly. But yes, she
Can't wave
waves
goodbye with a mage hand.
with just her normal hand. She hasn't used the mage hand yet. But yes. Alright. Which stairs are you heading up? The ones to the left?
That Dennis told us to go up to get to the office.
He didn't say exactly which ones.
Then
he
we
just
go
said
back and ask
upstairs.
him which one we're supposed to take.
That's a good idea.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So which stairs
He
are we
says-
going up to go?
Ah, yes, the ones on the right. You want those ones. So,
Thank you.
All
And
right.
then, when we're up,
Uh,
is there more
there
doors
should
than
be
one?
there should be a few doors. You want to take the most rightmost door. It's dead easy. It's just right next to the stairs. You'll find it. Cinch.
Give a thumbs up.
Finally, somebody in this house is being helpful. Linda,
Alright.
you are not looking very good. Do you need some taken care of?
What are you implying?
That you got pummeled by a chair.
Ah,
I do have this wand. I can heal us all, and I will do so, I suppose. I'm just gonna use enough charges to fully heal everybody here.
I'm not injured.
Okay.
They didn't attack me.
How much HP are you missing, Linda?
22.
You're missing 22 HP?
Yes.
That's more than I have. I would be dead. Okay.
15.
Okay, you were at full health, and I'll roll to see how many charges that takes up.
What's your max HP, Rose?
Rose's max HP
Mine is
is
16.
16.
How do you have more HP than me?
Do you only have 15?
I don't know, because I have a +0 Constitution modifier. So that's
me
on
too.
you.
I just rolled really bad on my things, I guess.
Yeah, I rolled
My hit dice.
awesome. I rolled 2 16s in my rolls, so I have so many.
16s? How can you roll a 16?
I mean, on my stats.
Oh, I getcha. Alright, so you have a 16 in Constitution.
Yes. Or -2, so that's 14.
Okay, that took 7 charges, because you were pretty badly hurt to heal both you and me together. But we're now at full health. We can head upstairs.
Yeah, you can. Alright, you head up the stairs, and you find yourself in a strange looking room. There are curtains on the windows, there's a very nice fresh carpet on the floor. It looks very clean and tidy. There's some chairs
Is this
against
the office?
wall.
If it's the office, we knock before we enter.
No, there's a small shelf with books on it and a table with a book. Looking around the room, you can see that there are 3 areas to go. 2 long hallways that lead into another area, and a door to the right.
So we want to go take the door immediately to the right, right?
Yeah. Right.
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 Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun,
What are you doing?
I don't know why I'm singing that tune.
And we are knocking and opening.
You are knocking and opening. Of course you are. Alright. You knock on the door. And you hear a... Yes, who is it?
Then we open.
You open the
Philosophy.
That's philosophy.
And Linda
as I
and
open the
Rose.
door.
Yes.
I mean,
You
we
all
already
open-
opened the door.
Yeah, the door is open.
He goes, huh. Interesting. You find yourselves in a office. There is a man behind the desk who has a beard. The office itself is pretty plain. Carpeted floor, window, curtain, a shelf full of books, another cabinet that seems to be full of drawers. There's some papers scattered on the table. He seems to be reading. Yes, Rose still looks like the prince. She's got 3 hours of princeliness left to her. And he looks up and he goes, "Oh. Should you be out of bed yet?" And then he hurries up to the prince, to Rose, and he starts grabbing at your throat, Rose.
I
What are you
attack.
going to be doing?
What? Wait.
Was it-
Philosophy attacks.
You're just gonna go ahead and attack. Okay.
Yes, but I have something specific in mind. When he rushes towards Rose, I am going to attack him, trying to do non-lethal damage and using my scorpion style to basically pin him down in place. I'm not actually trying to injure him, I'm trying to stop him from reaching Rose.
And I try to say, we're looking for someone who looks like this.
Okay, I'm just trying to get this vision of a tiny little person grappling.
No, it's not grappling, I am stomping his foot.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, alright, stomp his foot, do your rolls.
14.
14 will not hit.
Well, darn it.
You go to stomp his foot, and he pulls it back at the last instant, and he goes, I just want to check the youngling for... I'm not doing anything, I'm not suspicious.
Is he the human that kidnapped the prince? Do we recognize him?
You can't...
Well, isn't Rose the one who saw him best? Or who was it that saw him best?
I'm not sure. We saw him look back at us briefly during that encounter, but I'm not sure if he had a hood on or what.
He did, he had a cloak on. The person that you saw had a hooded cloak.
Okay, so then I'll just say, we saw the prince taken against his will to this house. We're looking for him.
Oh, I see. Yes, you mean the little
prince,
man?
The prince looks like
Yes, he
Like you.
He looks just like me.
Your twin?
Yes.
It's
Very well. Follow me. And he steps over you and walks through the door and down to the south hallway. one of the hallways to the south.
Are you the doctor?
Yes.
As you
Name again?
walk, you can ask him
George?
that.
Yes.
Georgie.
And he goes, "Yes, I'm the Dr. George. George
of the
Haverfist."
jungle.
No, Haverfist.
Have a fist. George the Doctor have a fist.
Almost right.
It wasn't as dirty sounding in my head, okay? Jeez.
It's not dirty.
I didn't even think of any dirt implications.
They're just preparing to pummel the
I've
guy,
just-
I think.
Yeah, I mean,
Out of my-
I literally punch people, and Linda sometimes does too, so it's not dirty.
Okay, so you follow the hallway down and find yourself in another hallway, as per usual in houses I build apparently.
Away.
To the far, you can see there are two doors along the southern wall. There's two small alcoves. One has little flowers on a table. The other is full of bookshelves.
As we walk past the flowers, I check if they are on the list.
Roll a nature check.
Ooh! I rolled a 25.
One of the flowers you've noticed is indeed a moonbloom.
I quietly steal one.
That is the second moonbloom. You have only got a golden sundrop and 2 peonies left.
Okay. Then I hurry to catch up with the guys.
Okay.
Alright, let me just get the map. You find yourselves outside the west door, and the doctor goes, "Alright, now keep quiet. He's still resting. He's quite ill, you see." And he opens the door, softly knocks on it, opens it, and goes, come in, and just comes into the room. It's a plush-looking room, sort of standard, basic. It's comfortable without being overly, why aren't you, comfortable without being overly ostentatious, but, in the bed, a very large human-sized bed, is the missing prince.
We found him!
I walk up to the bed and kneel down in a completely ridiculous fashion, and then realize the prince isn't looking at us, is he?
No, he is asleep. Or his eyes are at least closed.
I look at him. Is there
I
anything
fly up
strange?
to his face, very close.
No, not again, Linda.
Does someone try to stop me?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold you down by the other arm.
Damn it.
Don't do that again.
The prince does not move when through all this noise, and the doctor goes, "Now, I hate to have to tell you this, but your prince is in a rather critical condition at the moment."
You did this to him, I say, and point at him with
No,
dramatic
no,
glare.
no, not I, no. I noticed the prince while I was doing my morning walk through the forest on the way to Brambleton.
Pervert.
He had been caught in some sort of trap. I believe it was a poison trap.
Oh my gosh.
And I brought him back here as fast as I could in the hopes of saving his life. I have him stabilized, but he is, however, quite painfully injured, as you can tell.
As in poison?
Yes, poisoned.
I don't
So-
believe him.
Yeah, why did you try to stop us when we just wanted to follow our prince?
Time was of the essence, and as far as I knew, you were trying to stop me from saving the life of this small
Yeah,
lad.
you should just have said, I'm trying to save his life. Just have followed you, probably. Maybe.
He puts his hand behind his head and scratches his hair, and he's like, I'm not really the most talkative in the mornings, and I do apologize for using a gravity spell against you. However, the gravity spell was never meant to kill, just to hold you in place while I got the prince, or your friend here, away.
Well, you got the prince poisoned.
No, I assure you, he was poisoned before I found him.
Can we roll sense motive to see if that's
You may.
correct?
I by default don't believe him, and here's why. I'm going to nudge Rose and say, one of those potions you found was an antidote, right?
Yeah, it was a magical potion of cure poison.
Exactly. If he has something like that, why hasn't he used it?
Yeah, why is this guy still sick? So I rolled a 21 on sense motive.
He seems on the up and up.
Then I will just bring that up. I'll just say this out loud. We found a potion in your house that can cure poisons. If the prince is poisoned and you are trying to save him, why didn't you use it?
I have used one, and it didn't do any good. It helped stabilize him. He was a lot worse off when I brought him in. But as you can see, he is still quite out of it. And the poison still seems to be affecting him, at least in some way, shape, or form.
I would like to try to just cast Cure Light Wounds from my wand on the prince. See what happens.
Go for it.
Okay. And after 2 attempts, it heals 5 HP.
5 HP. It doesn't seem to do anything. The prince doesn't so much as move a muscle.
Can I now slap him? I ask.
I might kill him.
I don't think anyone ever died from a slap. A light slap.
I mean, from your slaps, I wouldn't be so certain.
You are wearing spiked gauntlets.
Yes, point that out. Spiked gauntlets. George goes, the doctor goes, I've been researching for the most of this day before I met you fellows, and
Do we need this? I ask, and I show him the paper with the list of flowers.
He goes, a sunbloom. That's exactly what we need. Yes.
But the other ones, we also need the rest, right?
Well,
Those are just from
peonies
Bunting.
aren't exactly medical-based plants, at least not for this poison antidote that I'm looking into. However, the magic properties of a sunbloom, that would certainly help.
So how many sunblooms do we have?
None.
None.
Okay,
Those
how
were the
many
super
were we?
rare.
Oh, how many were we supposed
are
to collect?
You mean
One.
One.
golden sundrop? Because they're
Yes, sorry.
moon blooms and sundrops.
Yes, the golden sundrop is what he needs. Sorry, I was getting my blooms and drops mixed up.
I have an idea. First of all, your brownies are not cleaning the house very well. Second of all, there are dust bunnies. Third of all, so I check under the bed of the prince.
It's clean, tidy.
Okay. That's very reassuring. Third of all, there's a cat in your house that's trying to rip people off by selling your goods. I don't remember where I left off, but the next point is, let's go outside.
He goes, Yes. Well, the brownies came with the property, and, well, brownies don't really listen to me, I'm afraid. I'm a bit too kind, I'm afraid. I've only bought this house last week. I moved in quickly. I haven't had time to clear the place up quite well yet. As for the cat in the basement, I'm well aware of that little monster, but he hasn't done any harm, so I'm fine with letting him pretend to play shop.
It's in a box.
Indeed, the only person I brought with me was my half-orc companion, Edelbert.
Yeah, we met him.
Edelgard.
You can just string any syllables together and we won't know the difference. We don't remember his name.
I wrote down his name. Let's see.
Edelgard. Yes.
I actually forgot to write down his name.
Eldergard, yes.
You guys weren't actually given his name, I don't think. He didn't introduce himself.
But one of the gnomes mentioned his name.
They must have, because you have it written down.
Yeah.
Let's go outside.
He goes, outside. Yes, I suppose.
Let's go to the forest and find that flower. Let's do this, boys. Let's do it, Lou. Do it.
Well, wait.
And also throw the water lady into the pond so she can be friends with the other water lady. If they get along.
He first goes, wait. A friend of mine is actually doing some research in the library.
That's
as
Dennis.
You realize, having been here only a week, I haven't had time to check out the library for all the detail, the books and that. However, he was looking for information on the Sundrop. Shall we go see if he's found anything?
I will go outside.
I also mentioned that I broke his chairs.
Yes, well, that's... Yes,
To be fair, they did try to break us first. They did attack.
Completely understandable. I was looking for a way to get rid of those.
Now you can burn them in the fireplace.
Right, I just read.
Alright. So...
What do we know about golden sundrops?
Where do they grow?
Knowledge nature?
Seems very important, so I am going to put some extra power into that and spend another key point.
Okay.
To get a +4 on this roll.
On a knowledge check? Can you do that?
Yes, I can do it on... Because I'm a key mystic, I can spend a key point to gain +4 to any ability or skill check.
So just like 3 times a day you can go into your Sherlock Holmes mind palace? Is that how this works?
Yes. But yeah, I can't use it for attack rolls or anything like that. And I rolled really well, so that's a 24.
24.
Rose still did better
24.
though.
My goodness.
Alright,
But I mean,
so
I suppose we're probably all providing different information, so it still makes sense.
First off, you all know, you've all only seen a golden sun drop once. That was when one of the queens of the high courts came visiting, and she wore one on her lapel.
So basically they sent us hunting for stuff that we probably would find.
Of
course we will find.
It's a very extremely rare item. It is a golden flower that sort of glows with the light of the sun and adds its beauty to whatever is around it. So the queen herself was quite lovely in and of herself, but with the golden sun drop she was much lovelier. It is also a very magical plant, often found in places of high magical
presence.
Thank you, presence. And often guarded by creatures most foul, but also of magics.
Okay. Let's go to the library first and talk to Den and Water Lady. What's her name again?
Calra.
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 And then we're going to go outside and I'm going to talk to a tree.
And I ask Rose
No, of course
if
you
she
will.
can change her disguise into the golden flower now, so we can point at her, at them, to say we are looking for this.
No.
Okay.
Very short, clear answer.
So, you all head down into the library, George leading the way, saying, just this way, lads, just this, and ladies, lads, come this way,
Yes.
little ones.
Little ones is fun.
And,
I just say yes.
yes. And he goes, Den, there you are. Have you found anything about the Golden Sun Drop yet? These little ones are looking for their prince, and,
And found him?
apparently I kidnapped him.
Yes. Evil bastard.
Then goes, yes, Golden Sun Drop. Yes. I have not found anything, but I've only searched one of these bookshelves so far, so maybe if we split up and look together, we may find something. Yes?
All right, we can all look then.
I look for answers in book 3 of the Rothgar series.
You'll have to look for book 3 of the Rothgar series
Yes,
first.
yes, I do that. And also look for answers within it.
Alright, perception checks all around. Including my lucky, lovely lady.
Oh my
who
gosh.
is not very lucky or not very lucky. And you are really not lucky either. Okay, Doctor, please be smart. Are you fucking blind?
How about
Right.
philosophy?
Oh, philosophy. Okay, perception's about as blind as the Doctor is. I mean, Rose is blind as the Doctor.
My name is Perception now. I rolled an 11 on the Rose check.
Sorry. And Linda got a 9. Linda, you find the book in question that you're looking for, Rothgar series, and you just sit straight on the ground and start reading it.
I'm
like-
reading it for research, looking for answers about the golden sun drop thing. Sun, bloom, whatever. Sun drop, yes.
Rose, you're looking, you pull out a few books about plants and flowers, herbology type books, and you start perusing through them. Philosophy. You're looking through the top shelves, the shelves at the top, and you pull one of the shelves, a book from a shelf that sounds like it might be interesting, and you hear a clunk. And then a whir. And then a part of the bookshelf just swings open, like, whir. And you find behind it a little hidden safe.
My
Did
goodness.
this come with the house as well? I asked the doctor.
Oh wow, a hidden safe. Interesting.
It's as I say, if you commit to something, you should commit to it with everything you've got. You should have searched your library more thoroughly.
As I said, I haven't been around to search my library yet.
In that case, it's excusable. I still look at Den kind of disapprovingly, though, that he didn't find this. And I'm going to look at the safe. Is it open?
It is not open. It is locked.
Can I
But
take it out of there? Or is it
No,
like,
it
is
is,
it installed into the wall?
yes, it's installed into the wall.
Say, hold on. I assume you don't have the combination to this safe, since you didn't even know it existed.
The doctor stops for a moment and clicks his fingers. He's like, "That's what that paper meant. One moment," and he runs off.
Okay.
I was expecting
you
you to
can
use
hear-
the knock now.
Yeah, I was going to if he didn't have the combination, but if he's gonna come back and have it, then cool.
You hear him clomping up the stairs, rustling around above you guys, on the floor above. You hear a damn
dies.
dust bunnies,
Oh no!
and then
the
some
doctor is killed.
stomping. Pardon?
The
Nothing.
doctor is killed. Just the doctor is killed.
No. You hear some stomping about, sounding like he maybe is stomping on the dust bunnies, and then coming back downstairs, and you can see his pants are a lot dustier than they were. He goes, fucking dust bunnies all the time, dust bunnies. Those brownies are going to get a tongue lashing in a minute. Ah, yes, here we go. And he's waving around a piece of paper, and he goes, 14, 22, 13, 5. Try that.
I will try that.
Alright. Do you have a device?
Disable device?
Yes.
I do not, but I don't think... Why would that be necessary if I'm not trying to crack the safe, but actually just opening it?
Well, it doesn't tell you which directions to turn the key on the thing.
Oh. Well, in that
It just
case,
tells you the numbers.
I'm going to start going right, left, and so forth. If that doesn't work, I'm going to do the same thing, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't work either.
Okay, well, I'm going to sit down in front of the safe and try every possible combination of left and right.
There are only 16 possibilities.
Yeah, I'm going to write them down as I do them.
Alright.
I hand you my pen and notepad.
On your 6th turn, you hear a click,
See?
and you pull it open. Inside is a pouch full of gold, a tiny little circlet, and a small little wand.
I just hope, like out of character, I just hope that this has absolutely nothing to do with the golden sun drops. But, okay, I'll bring those items down to the others.
Yeah, show those to the doctor. They came with the house, I suppose.
Oh, right.
He looks at them and he casts detect magic, and then he uses yeah. And let me just double check that. Yeah. Okay, he goes, well, I mean, this isn't going to fit me. About the circlet, and he goes, do one of you little ones want this?
Well, depends
It's
on what it is.
It's a starlight circlet, and it gives +2 dex when you're in the dark, plus gives you dark vision.
Interesting. Who was? I mean, I guess it would probably be me who needs that the most.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright. Then he pulls out the little wand, and he gives it a wave, and a flaming rock just thunk on the floor, and it goes, oh dear, that's quite a...
I doubt. No, wait, I can't.
What the hell, guys? What the hell?
I grab one of the bottles of wine off of Linda.
No!
That was the flaming rock.
Don't touch my wine.
I
There's
do.
a water gin right here.
Oh,
Yeah, I was about to say, at the same time as you do that,
so while Linda
a
and me are
splash of
struggling.
water, just rains down on the, and and Calora goes, oh, you were handling it. Well, I guess we both helped. And you go,
Oh, yeah, it's
the
fine.
doctor
Thank
goes,
you.
well, I think this might be better left in your hands if we're going to be fighting monsters to find... You know what? And he hands it to Rose. And goes, here. You look witchy-ish. Take that. It's... Yes. No. That is a wand of the cosmos. It fires 1d6 bolts of flaming rock that does 1d5 damage every time.
1d5?
1d4, sorry. So you roll to see how many summoned, and then each one will do fire-based damage. 1d4 for each.
My goodness, that's a lot of damage.
Depends.
Yeah, I mean, it could be 1, but...
Yeah. Could be 6.
Could also be 24.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
It's your wand of RNG.
So if you ever meet a strange human named Aldous, please sell him this wand. Okay.
It basically calls down mini meteors.
So basically magic missile, but flaming rocks instead.
Yeah.
There was something... Oh, right. It was the other thing was just a sack of gold, right?
Yes. And,
I assume he's
the
gonna keep
doctor...
that.
Yeah, puts that in his coat. He goes, I'll be keeping this. And just pats it into his vest.
So...
There was nothing in there about the flower.
No, there wasn't.
You guys could have found this at any time.
I misspelled the name of that item. I wrote down Starlight instead of Starlight Circlet.
Yeah, Starlight Circlet.
Okay, I'll equip it anyway.
Yeah. So that one gives you a +2
I know.
dex. Oh yeah, sorry.
But we're not in the dark
posted
right
in
now,
chat.
so...
No.
I'm going to ask Kalra. Kalra, you have many magic powers. Would it be possible for you to heal the prince?
To heal the prince?
He's
I'd have to see him first.
He's upstairs. Let me take you there.
Alright, so you're all tromping up to the prince?
No, actually. While Rose is taking Kara upstairs, I'm going to stay in the library and help Den search for information on the Golden Sun Drop.
Okay,
And I'm also going to
Linda,
watch
what
over
do you got?
Linda, who is still reading Hrothgar, I suppose.
Oh, yes. Seduces the second purple witch and then beheads her. You know, Hrothgar likes them witches.
Which witches?
Okay, so Rose.
The purple
The
witches.
witches. The purple witches.
So I'm
This is
going
the book
to...
where Hrothgar finds the purple witches.
Yeah, so I'm going to explain to Kalra that the doctor claims he is working on an antidote for this poison, but it requires a rare herb that we don't know where to find, and ask her if she thinks she would be able to heal the prince.
Don't you just wish that you could find a golden sun drop magically out of nowhere?
You know,
And then she just side looks at you like,
that would be really nice. I do wish that.
you do wish it?
Mm-hmm.
Truly. Oh, well, that's... I'm afraid I can't actually heal the prince, unfortunately. But perhaps something will turn up. As we search more of the house or areas around, maybe?
Hopefully so. Thanks for your help, anyway.
As you step outside the room, something catches your attention in the hallway corner. Something glowy and bright.
We'll go over and inspect the glowy bright thing.
Holy shit, there's a golden sun drop on the floor.
It's just sitting here. Amazing! How did we miss this when we came through before?
Now we just
Sorry.
need to find another one.
How incredible! How on earth was this missed? Impossible. You must have incredible perception powers, Rose.
It's
That
our
sounds like
lucky
she's
day.
sarcastic.
It's our lucky day. I take the golden sun drop and head downstairs to find the doctor and show it to him.
Oh god. Okay. So you head downstairs. Meanwhile, do another perception check. Never silent. I mean,
Perception?
Linda.
Linda?
Yes.
I mean philosophy. Okay.
Philosophy.
Okay. Well, because I was looking for information on the book, that would probably be more like a knowledge check or something. On the flower, it would be more of a knowledge check.
Now
Unless
you
you're
have to roll
talking about like
perception to
finding
see.
a specific book.
But now you have to roll perception to see if you see the chandelier that's about to fall on top of you.
Okay, well, anyway, if I roll perception to, I don't know, find a specific book or something, that's 20, not
Yes.
natural.
You find a few more books to add to the pile. They look very promising.
Look very
Um,
promising?
Very promising.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. In that time, Rose has made it back into the room. Hrothgar is continuing his amazing journey, and
I'm going to show the flower to the doctor and say, I believe this is the type of flower you were looking for to make that medicine for the prince.
amazing. Where did you find this?
It just turned up.
Interesting. And Den goes, very interesting. Oh my, yes. Ooh, sundrop. Interesting. And the doctor leans forward and he touches the flower gently, and then he plucks a petal from it, and he goes, yes, this should be more than enough. And then he goes, to my laboratory, and leads the way through straight across the hallway. Are you guys going to follow him, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
How did you find that?
I'm not entirely sure.
I'm very proud of you.
I wonder where everyone went.
I'm gonna tap Linda and say, hey, up, get up.
What? But I still have a couple of chapters left here.
Oh, okay, in that case, never mind. I mean, she really wants to read that book, so...
Yeah, that's fair. Like, we're not really doing anything, we're just watching the doctor.
Yes, the doctor leads you across the hallway into what appears to be a large dining room, with a very large, long table. The room itself is clean, quite clean in comparison to the rest of the house. You see the three brownies by a fireplace, and they seem to be talking to each other, but when the doctor comes in, their eyes just widen, and they all just sort of shove each other into the fireplace, trying to hide from the doctor. Like, oh, get in, quick, no, quick, he'll see us.
Is it
And they
lit?
just shove each other in.
Is that
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not lit. It's unlit. Sorry, I should have said that first. It's unlit, but they all shove each other in and up the chimney, trying to hide from the doctor, who pretends he doesn't see them, but you can see he's sort of grinning, and averting his eyes away. And he makes his way up to a doorway that leads into a kitchen. And he goes, Edelgard, I've found the last ingredient. And Edelgard looks up and he goes, oh, good. Do you want me to mix up the potion now? He goes, yes, here. And he hands Edelgard the petal. And Edelgard looks at it and goes, Sundrop. Yes, Sundrop. Come. To the cellar. We have potions to make. And Edelgard puts a very heaves a very put upon sigh, like, seriously, and follows the doctor down to the cellar. Are you guys still following, or?
Yeah, we'll follow him down. I want to see how they do this.
Okay.
Me too.
So, let me see. They head down to the cellar, and they go through the little room with the where the cat was, and down into the wine cellar. And they head to one of the tables, and the doctor goes and gets the box of herbs that you found in the second room of the cellar. Meanwhile, Edelgard pulls out some stuff from his from the pockets of his apron, his kiss the cook apron, which seemed to have been magically expanded to fit so much stuff in. He pulls out a weight and scales. He pulls out a mortar and pestle. He pulls out all these alchemy items and sets them all up. And he goes, "Bring the herbs over. Bring the herbs over."
Was this the box of herbs that we took something from?
Yes.
Yeah. So
What did we take from there?
You took a moon drop. No, sorry, a moon bloom and some moss.
Rose, we might need to give that back.
Oh, we were going to use this for the Bunting at the prince's wedding, but if you need it to heal him, take any of it that you need, and I'll just lay out the various herbs that we have gathered.
The doctor looks through them and he goes, "Ah, moon herb. Moonbloom. I do believe we have some of... Oh, it's missing from the box. Well, never mind. We've got some here, and moss. Well, we've got some here too. You little ones are very good at collecting things that are necessary, aren't you?" And he
This is true.
gleefully shoves them in the orc's hands, the half orc's hands, Edelgard, and Edelgard just puts them all aside, and he starts cutting up the moss, and then he starts grinding up some of the petals, and he pulls out some what is it called? Some powder, and mixing it in with the ground up petals, and grinds that to a fine paste, and then he starts putting in the chopped moss and grinding that up as well, in the mortar and pestle, just smooshing it all together. And then he sets up an alembic and starts putting in some wine and distilling that while he's doing all these little bits and bobs. And you watch in amazement as this little bottle that he pulls out with water in it, or what looks like water, he opens it up and he puts drops of this essence in, and a little bit of the juice that came from the different mashed up herbs, and the distilled wine, and gives it a good shake, and he goes, "I think that'll do it, Doctor." And it's a deep ruddy copper collar. And the doctor goes, You do good work, Edelgard. I knew there was a reason I kept you on board, and it's not just your delicious meals." And Edelgard rolls his eyes and says, "Yes, Doctor, of course." And he goes, "Well, little ones, shall we wake a prince?"
Yes, absolutely.
We should get Linda, though.
You'll pass through the kitchen on your way back up, right?
Yes, so
Yes.
pass through
you
the
have
kitchen
to.
and near the library.
Linda's in the kitchen, I believe, munching on some cabbage
Okay.
that was left on the bench, chopped.
Oh, did you finish your book, Linda?
Yes! Twist
What's it?
ending, it was awesome!
Don't spoil it.
So good.
Okay, so you all make your procession upstairs, into the outside the door of the prince's room, and Edelgard stopped in the kitchen and stayed there. Den came. No, Den was still in the library. He was nose deep in a book. Caldra. Yeah. Oh, Calra. Calra was following behind you all, and obviously because her bottle is with you now, Rose. And yes, you all stop outside the prince's door. And the doctor goes, "All right. I'm going to give the prince his antidote. One of you may come in with me.
Why
I
only one?
do not want only one.
I know.
Decide amongst yourselves."
I know how to deal with this. I
Rock, paper, scissors.
we go to the side and then we use one of the large uniforms and we all three fit into it and look like one person.
You know what? The moment you said, "I know what to do about this," I knew what you
I
were
knew.
going to say.
Yeah.
Because I had the exact same thought.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
that's
so
perfect.
glad.
We have to try. We have
Yes.
to try.
We absolutely tried.
Who is
guys?
Who's the head? I guess I can carry both of you since I'm strong.
don't
so
have
I'll
to
be the
disguise.
bottom.
All right. Who's the head?
Me. Or do you want to be Rose?
I can dismiss my disguise spell so I look like a completely different person than any of us, and he won't suspect a thing. I'll think it's a fourth person that was here, never here before.
Okay, I'll be the middle then. I have a pretty high acrobatics score though, so that's fun. That makes
All right.
sense.
I can also
Lynn?
I'm also the best flyer because I can hover in place. So
Oh yeah, right.
and
All right.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, do it.
so
I'll
I'm the
be the middle.
lightest. And does anybody have a disguise skill of higher than 1?
No.
Okay, this will
I
be
mean,
great then.
What's disguise? What's the stat of that disguise is based
Charisma.
on?
Charisma.
No, then it's 1 for me.
Okay, Linda, I want a strength check from you.
Okay.
Yes.
Philosophy,
Mm-hmm.
I want an acrobatics check from you. Rose, I want a fly check from you. Let's see how well you guys coordinate this.
14 in the strength check.
Okay, that's fine.
18 on acrobatics.
Nice. Okay.
9 on fly, but I have a feat called hover that lets me hover in place without having to make a check. So,
Okay.
I'm
And
not sure how that works under clothes.
I'm inclined to be generous. So, you all make your way back. Mind you, the area that you've... Let me remind you what this floor looks like. There we go. So you guys went off to the right area.
Yes, okay.
We went
The
somewhere that we
doctor's
went.
standing
We went somewhere
in
that he
front of
doesn't
the
see, like
bookshelves.
behind a bookshelf or something, behind a corner. And we basically did a lot of noise, going, and then suddenly we were only.
And then suddenly, a very tall, unwieldy Gathlain wobbling a little bit, with weirdly short legs and arms, comes wobbling and maybe hovering a bit out of the corner, having a completely different face from any of us. And I say, all right. My name is Bros, and I'll be representing us before the prince.
The doctor goes... He opens his mouth and then just closes it. opens it again, and then just shakes his head, and he goes, "All right."
I had to mute myself because I was laughing so much.
He just turns towards the door, and he's like, "Come in, bros."
It's short for Ambrose.
Ambrosia.
That's
Yeah.
what the middle part says.
He opens the door, and he goes, just keep it quiet." And he's sort of face palming and shaking his head at the same time. Just like, he just can't believe. Although, you know, he kind of can, but he just can't.
We're friggin' Gathlain. You should understand.
He just can't.
He has brownies in the house.
Yeah, he just can't. At least he can pretend they don't exist. They prefer it that way.
But once we have our prince, he can pretend we don't exist also.
Okay. I think I think I'm ready.
You all totter into the room, almost tripping a few times. The middle body tries to go left as the red body, as the bottom of the body goes right, but you sort of wobble a bit and then straighten back up. You almost run into the door frame twice, but you manage to make it in. There's a lot of rows going, "No, left, the other left, no, right, no, left, no, you're going the wrong way, careful, we'll fall over." Just really
I go
sort
the
of
other left.
whisper shouting, while trying to hover and keep this helmet that is way overlarged on her head. The doctor makes his way to the bed, and he looks down at the prince, and he just shakes his head like, "I feel sorry for you, mate." There's pity in his eyes. And then he slowly lifts the prince's head up and holds the bottle, and then massages, tips it into his mouth, and then massages his throat, and then lays him down. Did I mention that behind you is a genie floating in the air, trying to help you stay up?
Did we bring the...
without
So we brought the bottle also.
Of course, why not?
without appearing to help, but trying to, like, when one of you wobbles left, she sort of moves around to try and catch you just in case you fall, and then when you wobble a bit too far right, she's like, "Oh, oh, oh," and just trying to make sure that you're all not going to fall on top of yourselves and hurt yourselves.
I mean, we can fly.
Yeah, but she's, you know,
If you can
you're
fly,
all
you
in
can
clothes.
crash.
Yes, indeed.
Good point.
If you can fly, you can crash. We've seen what you guys were like at flying at the start, remember, too.
Yeah.
Also, don't poke my
not
eye
terribly
with your
amazing.
toes.
Sorry.
He lays the prince back down. And he says, "Well, now we just wait." And as he finishes that sentence, a golden light appears from the prince's chest. And just, his body is suddenly covered in this golden light, suffused by it. And suddenly, is that the right word? Whatever, it's the word I'm using.
Infused, I think.
That's probably the right word. And suddenly it slowly fades back into his body.
Did it work?
Nothing
I
happens.
don't know, there's a light.
Oh, says the doctor. Well, Huh. And he starts checking the patient over, touching his tonsils, taking his pulse, opening one eye, looking at it, opening another eye, looking at it.
Did he die?
Well, good news and bad news. His poison seems to be out of his system. His eyes are no longer got the crackle red around the ring that was there to indicate the poisoning. However, he's still unconscious, which I'm not quite sure why he would be.
Can I slap
And
him?
he gives the prince...
You're not here.
Okay, but can I slap him? No.
He gives the prince a slight shake. He goes, Your Highness. Your Highness? Ah.
He just needs a good slap.
No, philosophy is the arms.
Damn it. I can
Sorry.
send one of my gauntlets to philosophy. That'll help.
Oh my god, philosophy is the arms. Sorry, just that line by itself.
Yes, that is a sentence that has never been said before in the history of humanity.
Makes no sense in or out of context.
I know, it's so dumb.
So are we wobbling closer towards the prince?
Yeah, I'll say so.
Yeah, we can wobble closer, and you can like unbutton the one button in the shirt so you can peek out.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to do anyway. Oh, I'm going to whisper to Rose. No, I'm not going to whisper anything to Rose. I'm going to peek out and kind of poke the prince. Does he feel cold?
No, he's quite warm. As you poke him,
Is he
you
dying?
all start to topple forwards as you had to lean over to do so.
This was inevitable, I suppose.
Damn you, philosophy.
Linda, you sort of stumble and ram into the bed, the side of the bed, and your nose gets bonked.
How many damage
Rose,
You don't take
You
damage
were
from
left-
bumping your nose.
I took
No, you
damage from
don't.
hitting a wall with my fist.
Yeah, but you
You
were very
punched
strong.
it.
So there was a lot of force behind that.
Rose, you're left as a disembodied head, floating in the air.
Okay, that's fine.
Philosophy. You tumble onto the bed and onto the prince,
Slap him.
and
Slap him.
you
Slappity, slappity.
Shut up.
quite suddenly. I'm just rolling something quickly.
Take your time.
You land on his face, mouth to mouth.
Get in my face, and then...
Well then.
And kiss the prince accidentally.
I mean, as soon as I realize what's happening, I am actually going to kiss him, obviously.
Smooch
Obviously.
that prince. Smooch
Of
He's
him.
not
course.
married yet.
Yeah.
This is your last
No, he's
chance.
not.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you can claim this was an accident, and it's your last chance to kiss the
It's not an
prince before
accident
it's over.
anymore.
But you can still make it look like it looks like an accident.
I sing
Philosophy.
the song from Little Mermaid.
There you see her, sitting just across from you.
Okay, what happened?
She ain't got a lot to say, but there's something about her. He don't say a word, and he
Okay,
won't
stop
say
singing.
a
Tell me what
word
happened.
until
I
you kiss
derailed
the
it.
prince. Well, actually, I was about to sing something, but that worked out well. Philosophy, you hear music just sort of erupt in your heart and your mind as you kiss the prince, and you're like, I'm kissing the prince! The prince's eyes just zunk
Then I slap him.
open.
You're on the ground. Stop
You're on the
slapping.
floor. You're
I
on the
thought
ground.
I hit the
Let
bed
Liberty,
with my
let
face.
Liberty finish.
You slap the bed. the prince's eyes just flip open, and then he seems bewildered for a moment, and then he realizes he's getting a pretty good kiss happening right here, and he's like, and he sort of lets it happen, and then he pushes you back, and he goes, Philly, what are you doing?
I fell.
Uh-huh.
I was
Okay.
trying to pretend I was one person together with Rose and Linda.
No, don't tell him that.
No, it doesn't
might not
know.
have figured it out.
And we were
Don't
trying to heal
expose
you.
our secrets.
You were poisoned also.
Poison running through my veins.
Excuse me, I'm not Rose. I'm Bros Tall Gathlain.
Tall Gathlain. Rose floating head. Bros floating head. But I mean, I already fell out of the uniform code, so
But maybe he didn't know this. Maybe he had his back turned.
I don't know.
The prince looks up. Oh
I'm
god,
not
wait
going
a
to lie
sec.
to the prince.
Kit! Meow.
Why did you have to get interrupted right now, Liberty, at this climactic moment?
If this was
It's
a
always
movie,
the case that it's... Yes. He looks up and he goes, where am I? What is this? Wait, poisoned? Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Apparently.
According to the doctor here, you were poisoned and he found you collapsed in the woods.
He looks at the doctor and he goes, aren't you the fellow who bought the mansion near the Deadwoods?
That's where we are.
And the doctor goes, yes, we were. I mean, I am. I mean, you are you feeling alright? And then he reaches out and puts his hand on the prince's head and goes, well, you don't have a temperature. And he starts mumbling to himself.
I lift my hand.
The prince...
Ready to slap him.
Brushbone, Prince Brushbone, I apologize.
Oh, that's his name.
Looks up and he goes, Philly, did you come and save me?
Yes, not alone, though. The three of us.
Ah, yes,
Slappy
Rosie
face.
and
Slappy face. I will slap you.
Linda, Linda, Linda,
Laundry.
Laundry, yes, Laundry.
Yes.
I can't be expected to know all my subjects by name.
I know, my lord. I will slap you. Sense into you. I just need one slap. Please. Just the one.
Linda, Laundry, whatever your name is, I command you to slap yourself.
Good choice.
I slap Rose.
Ah,
Bros, I mean I slap Bros. Lightly.
you're technically still one person.
Yes. So I slap myself.
Okay, I lower down and set myself on his shoulders so it looks like he is slapping his own face. She is slapping her own face.
The Prince Brushlebone looks at Brushlebone, sorry. Brushbone?
Brushbone.
Where are you?
Brashly
Brashbone.
Boer.
I keep his dad's name is Bushelbur.
Okay,
Oh,
what's his
fuck.
Brashbone is also so.
Yes. Brushbone, that is the
Brashbone
prince.
is the prince.
Okay.
Yes. I'll just put this here so I can see it. Okay. So Brashbone stands up and goes, well, I'm feeling much better. Shall we go home
We still
I've
have to
a
find
wedding
2 peonies.
to plan? Peonies. peonies?
We also have to find some more flowers, including a golden sundrop. Also, it might be appropriate to thank the doctor for kidnapping you and then healing you.
Yes.
So I will...
And he looks at the doctor and he bows, most royally. He goes, my thanks, doctor, for healing me and helping me, and kidnapping me, I suppose. Do you happen to have any peonies around? And the doctor goes, peonies? There should be somewhere in the house. Somewhere, I think. Ask the brownies, they'll know. And,
I mean, they could also be in the forest. I mean, that's where we looked for them originally.
Yes.
yes.
They have some.
We have a couple of days left.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. We need some peonies, some moonbloom, some moss string, but like we've got the big stuff.
And we have, well, except for the golden sundrop, I guess. Or
No.
is it okay if it has one petal less?
It should be fine with just the
It's
petal.
only
less.
missing one petal. They don't know what a
Okay,
golden
you-
sundrop looks like.
In that case, I suppose I suggest we escort the prince back home. Doctor,
Yes.
would it be
yes.
all right with you if at some point we came back to visit again and maybe peruse some of your impressive library?
I thought you meant the impressive wine cellar.
You are more than welcome to come back, and tell you what, if you bring me herbs from the forest, I'll be more than happy to allow you access to my wine cellar at any time.
That sounds very reasonable.
And my library, of course.
Your library.
And then he holds out his hand. He holds out his hand to shake with all of you, like just
Okay.
trying to figure who to shake with.
Yes.
And Kalra shakes his hand.
Yes, Kalra reaches out and she gives him a dainty handshake. Thank you very much, Doctor.
And he has to dry his
And
hand.
he seems a bit embarrassed, and he just flicks his hand of water and goes, yes, well, I have research to be getting back to. I'm glad that you are well, Prince, and I will let you guys, you little people, do as you wish. Feel free to have full run of the house if you want to inspect other areas or check things out. I'm perfectly okay with you nosing through anything. God knows there's a lot of dust bunnies around that need killing still. And if you find any magical constructs like those chairs, feel free to kill them for me. I pay in wine.
It's not even
And
just wine. It just came with
food.
the building.
That seems very generous of you.
Gathlain Bunting Committee at your service.
I'm going to hold up my hand to high five Linda and Rose in a seemingly very formal manner.
And there's a freeze frame on the high five as the adventure comes to the close.
Though Linda tries to fist bump and it's all very awkward.
Especially since
And
you have
that-
gauntlets.
And that is how the freeze frame ends. The adventure ends. To round up, you guys were going to shove what's-her-face in the pond?
Yes.
I mean, in the post-credit scene, we do ask
Yes.
if, Elia and Kalrob will get along.
Kalra is a bit reluctant to go with it. She's like, I'd rather stay with you, Rose. And looks quite shy when saying so.
I mean, in that case...
In that case, you can come with me and help me as an assistant at my lectures.
And she smiles quite happily.
I've always wished for an assistant.
Elia, as you go past, blows a kiss.
How does she feel about us hurting Ruby and some dust bunnies?
You're gonna
Are
tell
you
her?
going to tell her that you did that?
I don't know. Is philosophy going to tell her that we did
No,
that?
I never as far as I'm concerned, I kept my promise.
I will
She blows a
mention
kiss.
offhandedly that we broke some
Yes?
chairs.
Oh, well, I'm sure that you didn't mean to do any harm.
They were chairs. And also a box that we broke.
I don't think they were actually creatures.
Take care of yourselves and feel free to come by any time to talk. Or anything else, really. I do get lonely in this pond. And then she blows you all a kiss and dives back under the water.
Well,
I leave book 5 in the Hrothgar series beside the pond.
When you go back there a few days later, you notice that book 5 is a lot wetter than it was, but it's sitting back on the bank. Who else?
there was one thing I was going to say. In order
Yes?
to acquire the rest of the bunting, I am absolutely going to talk to one of the trees in the garden of the manor, though, to ask it if it knows where one can find more peonies and whatever else we still need.
You need...
I mean, it's not important, but I just wanted to say that I do that.
Because it has the skill to talk
mean-
to trees.
We
Yes.
never found 2 peonies, and then we used up the 2 moonbloom and the 1 moss string in the potion.
And
You only used one moon bloom
Okay.
in the potion.
but since we used some and I didn't need to talk to a tree again because we had a genie fulfilling Rose's wish. I just wanted to mention that in the credits because I never got to use that.
You talk to a tree which directs you towards a moss. When you to a place where to find moss, you find the moss there and talk to another tree which directs you to a nice patch of peonies. Nearby is a cranky old tree that demands your firstborn in return for telling you where to find a moonbloom.
I'll just explain to it. That's going to be a bit difficult considering Gathlain are born from a tree.
It harumphs and then directs you towards the moonbloom. And he goes, well, it was worth a shot.
Absolutely.
And you all head back to your to the court with the prince in tow, still a bit bewildered by everything that had gone on.
Whoa, the prince is back!
The prince is back. Everybody
Dance. Now.
is confused. Where'd the prince go? And you realize that the people you told to go and tell that the prince had been kidnapped had apparently not done so.
What?
And
I slapped
well.
them. Just a little bit.
It's
a
not
lot
like
of
it's
slaps happen,
important.
I mean,
but the wedding goes forward without a hitch.
Yay!
Much ado was
I
made
give the
of Bunting.
prince the smaller uniform. Wedding.
As a wedding gift?
Yes.
I give the prince the best wine bottle as a wedding gift.
He gets absolutely crunk. And fun was had by all.
Probably.
I will give him my cap of human guise, so he can look like a human at any time he wants.
Why would you want that?
I
don't need it. I can look like a human anytime I want anyway. But I think humans are the best, and so I collect human items, and so I think this would make a perfect gift for the prince.
During the wedding, I do
And,
magic tricks with my glove of storing.
The wedding hosts also a certain Kalra who was wished to be there.
Naturally.
And would have turned up even if you hadn't taken her with you due to that wish. And that's the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed this little adventure.